We find out who will play Team USA in the finals of the 2026 World Baseball Classic as Italy, the Cinderella story, makes its first appearance in the semis, and they take on Venezuela, who pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the tournament's knockout stage when they beat Japan on Saturday night. We welcome you to Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Our producer tonight, Hunter Reiser. Our studio producer, Adam Mendelson. Daryl Doss is our engineer. With Ryan Spilborgs, I'm Mike Farron. Last night, Team USA clinched a berth in the finals by defeating the powerful Dominican Republic team 2-1. It was a whale of a ball game, a terrific atmosphere. We expect tonight to be just as loud with Venezuela playing.
Yeah, I mean, this tournament side in Miami has been so great because it's brought out some of the culture that we didn't see in Houston, and just knowing, going back to last night with Dominican and USA, I mean, what a pleasure to watch that baseball game. I'm still grinning. But tonight's special because it means a lot to Italy and their federation going up against Venezuela, who they took down a dragon. We know that. They beat Japan. That's a big deal for Venezuela. They want to get to the finals. They want to match up against Team USA. And by the way, the Cinderella story, that's Italy, they have not lost a game in the WBC. They can't be a Cinderella because they've been taking down the teams that everybody thought they were supposed to lose to.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that Italian roster because it is interesting. It's not a ton of big leaguers. There are several. There are some really good ones on it, but it is mostly young players, and they have played with an energy that is contagious. They have played loud, they have hit the ball hard, and they have played exciting games where their bullpen has let their opponents back into it.
They really have, but to that point, Mike, I mean, last night, Roman Anthony kind of on that stage. He's already been an established big leaguer. The players that Italy have are going to be established big leaguers, if not this year, very shortly, and they're going to be household names. Sam Antonacci is really fun to watch. Dante Nori is really fun to watch. Jacob Marcy, who plays for the Marlins, is an up-and-coming player. And then if you've watched the Kansas City Royals and you think about the captain that they have in Salvador Perez, I'd say the impact with Vinny Pasquantino, who's a superstar, especially in his market, he's been as good as anybody in this tournament as far as rallying his team to play team baseball.
Yeah, the general consensus is that team got really tight, really fast, and a lot of it had to do with Pasquantino. For Venezuela, it's just their second semifinal appearance. This baseball-proud country has been under political turmoil, but their players have showed up big, and this lineup is star-studded.
It's stacked. I mean, you start with Ronald Acuna, you end with Jackson Chourio. For me, as I watch Venezuela, and before the game even started, they had a little drum circle where guys were dancing. Luis Suarez, who's won multiple batting titles, he was dancing into the middle of it. You think about some gold gloves, Ezequiel Tovar, stud for the Rockies, and then Wilyer Abreu hit the massive 3-run shot against Japan. They are star-studded. This is a big league lineup, top to bottom. As much as we talked about Paul Skeens trying to navigate Dominican, Aaron Nola for Italy, who's been a dynamite starter for the Philadelphia Phillies, he has his hands full with a lineup littered with all-stars.
Yeah, Aaron Nola gets the ball for Italy, Kader Montero for Venezuela. Let's get you the starting lineups for both of these teams. First for Venezuela, managed by Omar Lopez from the Houston Astros staff. His second WBC as their manager. Here's his lineup. Former National League MVP Ronald Acuna Jr. will lead off and play right field. Royals All-Star Michael Garcia bats second and plays third. Three-time batting champion Luis Suarez is at first base hitting third. The man who has the two top single seasons for home runs in Venezuelan history, Eugenio Suarez, is in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, the former Gold Glove Award winner Ezequiel Tovar from the Rockies at short. Four-time All-Star Gleyber Torres of the Tigers is at second. Wilyer Abreu, two-time Gold Glove Award-winning outfielder for the Red Sox, bats seventh and plays left field. Two-time All-Star William Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers does the catching. And batting ninth and playing center field, 22-year-old Jackson Chourio, who's gone 20-20 in each of his first two big league seasons. with the righty Keider Montero on the mound. Aaron Nola getting set for his warm-up tosses. And here's Italy's lineup behind their manager, the Venezuelan-born Francisco Cervelli. Sam Antonacci, White Sox prospect, will lead off and play shortstop. John Birdie will bat second and play second. Jacob Marcy of the Marlins will hit third and play center field. Vinny Pasquantino, the captain of this team, along with Nola, will hit in the cleanup spot and play first base from the Royals. The Astros, Zach DeCenzo is the designated hitter, batting fifth. Hitting sixth and playing right field from the Royals, Jack Caglione. The seventh place hitter from the Milwaukee Brewers, their first round draft pick last year, Andrew Fisher. J.J. Durazio, Angels minor league catcher, will hit eighth and batting ninth and playing left field. Phillies outfield prospect and former first rounder Dante Nori with the Phillies righty Aaron Nola on the mound. The umpires for tonight's game, Jeremy Rehak will call the balls and strikes. Dan Bellino, the crew chief, is at first. Corey Blazer will be at second. Cuti Suarez from Spain is at third. Chris Graham of Canada in left. Delphine Colon from Puerto Rico in right on this six-person crew. The dimensions here at Lone Depot Park, it's 344 down the line and left, 386 to the power alley in left center, 400 to straightaway center, 387 to right center field, and 335 down the right field line. Aaron Nola has finished his warm-up tosses. Nola was brilliant in pitching Italy to the Group B victory after they defeated Mexico. And the veteran right-hander from the Phillies set to toe the rubber against longtime nemesis Ronald Acuna Jr. One of these teams will make the WBC Finals for the first time. Nola from the first base side of the rubber into the wind, and the first pitch of the ball game is down low, a ball, and we are underway.
Well, for Aaron Nola tonight, if he's going to do what he did in the last tournament, he's going to have to spin the baseball. His curveball was fantastic. It was 64 pitches to get through 5 innings in his last outing.
The 1-0 to Ronald Acuna Jr. fouled back. It's 1-1. Acuna led off the victory over Japan with a home run. He has a pair of homers, 5 for 18 in this tournament, and has 4 career home runs off of Nola in his career. The former National League MVP waits, and the 1-1. Swing and a drive, right center field. Racing over is Marcy, slowing and making the catch just shy of the track is the center fielder. And the leadoff man gone in the Venezuelan first.
Well, for Italy, you want to get through this first inning, try to get through the lineup without a run scored. And that's a good start for Nola, even though Acuna had a good swing on it. Now, Michael Garcia is 8 for 19 in this tournament.
Garcia bats in the scoreless top of the first. The Royals all-star, terrific defender, 16 homers, 23 stolen bases a year ago as he takes upstairs 1-0. Won the Gold Glove Award too, Smilly. He
had such a great story. He did not play winter ball the year before and just focused on gaining strength.
It showed up after he was, at least from an OPS standpoint, one of the worst regulars in 2024. He squares the bunt, bunts it hard to third, charging Fisher, bare hands, throws to first offline. It's an infield single for Garcia, and already the Venezuelan players out of the dugout and applauding their teammate. The energy and encouragement from Venezuela is on a different level than most other teams. Even the Dominican, I think. It is really unique.
They're really tight. They're really fun. I also love the idea from Michael Garcia. Put a little pressure on the defense early. It might do something a little bit later on in the game. It might force Fisher to play a little bit more shallow.
First base runner of the night, 1 out, top of the first, no score. And here's Luis Suarez, and Fisher playing shallow for the 3-time batting champ. First pitch is a breaking ball off the edge. It's 1-0. Arise just signed a free agent contract with the Giants about 6 weeks ago. 7 for 19 in the tournament with a couple of home runs. Had a multi-homer game in the quarterfinals of the 23 WBC against the U.S. Runner goes. Pitch is lined to center. There's Marcy coming in. He'll make the catch. Garcia has to hustle back to first. The throw, he got him. Sam Antonacci deked another base runner at second by diving, and an 8-3 double play has Italy out of the inning. You've got to be kidding me.
Welcome to Italian baseball.
Sam Antonacci dove. Garcia couldn't find the ball. And it's an 8-3 double play, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Venezuela nothing. Italy coming back to bat. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM or the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I host a show on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio called Fan Service. It's a show that is as much yours as it is mine. It's all about conversation. I'll throw out some things that are on my mind, but it's really a space where you can ask about anything going on in the world of sports and pop culture.
Thank you for having a refreshing way of approaching sports media.
Fan Service with me, Katie Nolan. Weekdays at noon Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97, your home for great American comedy.
With SiriusXM, hear your hometown announcers call every MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL game. Subscribe at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
It's FSGA Draft Week on Fantasy Sports Radio. We're bringing you a fantasy baseball experts draft each day to help you prepare for your own league. Hear player projections and find out how the brightest minds in the industry build their teams on your home for fantasy baseball, Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87 in your car and on the SiriusXM app.
What a way to get Italy back into the dugout. Sam Antonacci is leading off right here. He did a deke against Mexico. He does it again against Michael Garcia, fake diving for another double play.
No scores. We start at the bottom of the first. Cater Montero of the Detroit Tigers, the starter for Venezuela, and the first pitch misses low to the left-handed hitting Antonacci. It's 1-0. Montero last year, part-time starter, part-time reliever. He is more of a sinker ball. That one fouled away in the count 1-1, and he really struggled with left-handed hitters last year.
He did, but he can still spin the baseball. Curveball, he can spin it. Slider, he can spin it. Doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he really has a good feel for pitching.
1-1 the count to Sam Antonacci. 2 for 14 with a homer in the tournament as he takes outside to count 2-1. Italy has slugged, Spilly. They have been one of the top slugging teams. They have been a powerful force, even from guys that don't have much power like Antonacci. That one fouled off to the left and out of play. 2-2. And I keep looking at his numbers and seeing the 2 for 14, and feels like he's been way more involved offensively than that.
I mean, getting hit by pitches, taking walks, what he's done defensively with the dekes. He's been a really fun player to watch.
The White Sox infield prospect with great on-base skills waits for the 2-2. Montero rocking from the third base side of the rubber, hands in front of the body, and now delivers, and Antonacci fouls it back. Yeah, Antonacci is going to be a guy that rubs a lot of opponents the wrong way, but he is such a hard-nosed, gritty player that he is perfect for the White Sox persona.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple guys on Team Italy that are going to rub teams the wrong way, but that's good. We need more of that.
Here's the 2-2. Down low, and the count is full to the leadoff man for Italy in the bottom of the first. No score. Just underway here in Miami, winner to the finals. Montero gets the sign. The 3-2. Antonacci chops it foul at the plate.
I'll tell you one thing about Italy, they are not fazed by any team that they face. They're not intimidated. They don't see the other side as a group of big leaguers. They don't care.
The 3-2 again, coming to the left-handed hitter, Antonacci. The pitch. Called strike 3. At the knees on the inside corner at 98 from Montero, 1 out.
That's a good running fastball from Montero. Started at Antonacci's hip, worked its way back inside. He got him to freeze.
That's 1 out for John Birdie, no score. Birdie, a free agent, spent last year with the Cubs. Team Italy, the only undefeated team left in this tournament, as Birdie takes a strike. It's 0-1. They played an afternoon game on Saturday in Houston. And that was the first time they had been on, not in the middle of the night in Italy. Pitch outside, it's 1-1. It's 3:15-ish in the morning there right now. They played at 9 o'clock at night, Italian time, on Saturday. And Francisco Cervelli today said 70% of the country was watching that game, the 1-1. Inside of the count, 2-1 to Birdie.
Isn't that That's amazing.
And none of them knew what was going on, I think is what he basically said. He's like, not many of them knew the rules.
No, but they liked it. They liked what they saw. They knew that Italy won.
2-1 the count. The pitch. The right-handed hitting Birdie foul tips it into the glove of Contreras. It's 2-2. And there's been a lot of talk about the fact that the vast majority of this team is Italian Americans, but they are very proud to represent Italy, and the Italian people have embraced them. The Prime Minister has spoke about them in Parliament. They've become very popular very quickly. Here's the 2-2. Birdie takes outside and low, and the count goes full. Now it got away from Contreras.
Cervelli went so far as to say the merchandise sales for Team Italy, you can't buy a jersey. You can't find it. They're all sold out.
Said he tried to get one for his wife, and there just weren't any available anywhere. You'd think somebody would be able to help him. 3-2 to Birdie, and he dumps one into center field, a base hit. Gleyber Torres thought about leaping for it, but a humpback liner into center, and the first base runner for Italy comes with 1 out in the first. That'll bring up Jacob Marcy of the Marlins. No score, bottom of the first. I was talking to one of the coaches today for Team Italy, Drew Rossi, who's in the Orioles organization, and I asked him what the club was like. He said, whatever you're thought of as what Sunday dinner is like, that's what this team is like. When you think about this stereotypical dinner, the cousins and everybody chopping it up. Bouncer to short, step down the bag is Tovar at second for 1, throw to first, dug out by Arise, and a 6-3 double play ends the Italian first. So both teams get a 1-out single, and both of them are raced on a double play. We've played one. No score, Italy and Venezuela. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
As the NBA playoff race heats up,
he's going to fire up a 3 for the win! He hit it!
Begin your day with SiriusXM NBA Radio's The Starting Lineup.
Overrated? Do you watch the guy play? He's unstoppable.
Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine set the agenda and lead the conversation in the association.
Defensively, they have 0 weaknesses.
The only place for 24-hour coverage of the NBA is SiriusXM NBA Radio Channel 86 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to SiriusXM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in your shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more. Feel better. SiriusXM Channel 98.
He wins it!
It's tournament time, and your place for instant reaction is on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Got it! Hey, everybody, Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Thursday and Friday, I'll be joined by college hoops great former Duke star Mike Cheminsky for exclusive analysis of the first round. We will break down all the coaching decisions and give you live look-ins on key possessions as Mike and I keep you locked in on all the games. It's Mad Dog Unleashed this Thursday and Friday, 3 to 7 Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, anytime on the SiriusXM app.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 3 teams. Global matchups, real pride, one tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. No score as we start the second inning. Eugenio Suarez will lead off for Venezuela. It'll be Suarez, Ezequiel Tovar, and Gleyber Torres, 3 right-handed hitters against Aaron Nola. Nola, who last year struggled through the worst season of his career, only made 17 starts because of injuries, an ERA of 6. First pitch, breaking ball strike to Eugenio Suarez. It's 0-1. He still was really good against righties, Billy. He was not against lefties. They crushed him. 14 homers in just about 150 plate appearances. Here's the 0-1. Suarez fouls it back. 0-2. That pitch was at 94, and that was what we saw in Nola's first start. His velocity was up.
And that's really important for him because of the injuries he was dealing with last year. Didn't have his velocity until later on in the summer, and sometimes when you lose 2-3 miles an hour on your fastball, especially to lefties, when you count on the hip shot movement, it can go a really long way.
Suarez with a wide open stance waits, and he takes outside. They count 1-2. Nola, the co-captain of this team, always calm in demeanor, former star at LSU, played his high school ball at Baton Rouge Catholic. And he rocks and fires, and Suarez bounces it foul. He's facing a guy who just signed a free agent contract with the Cincinnati Reds in Eugenio Suarez. Twice in his career, Suarez has hit 49 home runs. No Venezuelan player has ever hit more in a single season. Finished last year with the Seattle Mariners, and the 1-2. Takes out plate. It's 2-2.
That little 2-seam fastball, if he can start landing it, it's not quite getting the exact movement he wants, but give him a couple batters, and once he starts getting that release point, you'll start seeing that the edge is starting to get shaved.
The 2-2. Swinging a roller foul, third base side. Suarez putting together a pretty good at-bat here. He is prone to the strikeout, and I would think at some point, if Nola feels like he's got command of it, that chase breaking ball is going to happen. Maybe right here. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a foul off the end of the bat. Suarez just did get a piece of it. In and out of the glove of the catcher, J.J. Durazio. The count remains 2-2.
I like this pitch. This is that backdoor two-seamer that came back, and Durazio, I felt like he almost got crossed up based on how he tried to receive that.
Boy, the first replay, and now they're saying that Nola nearly had a pitch timer violation, and he fouls it off, and Suarez is arguing with the home plate umpire, Jeremy Rehak. He was stepping out. The clock went to 0, it appeared. Rehak is saying it's not true. Durazio was telling him to just pitch. Suarez stepped out, had to step back in, and then was able to get a piece of it. And Suarez not happy about it, and Rehak was adamant that there was no rules violation, and he's still hearing it from the Venezuelan bench.
Well, if Rehak was going to throw somebody out from Venezuela, he might as well throw out the entire bench. I mean, every single guy was barking at him.
2-2 the count. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat upcoming. And he takes low, and the count is full. Suarez, the leadoff man on this scoreless second. Suarez looked like he tried to call time first. It was a very odd sequence. He was fortunate to get a piece of it. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Locked up on a breaking ball. And Suarez with more words for Riak as he heads back to the dugout, 1 out.
That's the first punch out for Aaron Nola, and he got him with the curveball. Just locked him up. And we've seen Venezuela very emotional. Saw him against Japan. Ronald Acuna had to be consoled. Didn't like a call.
He had to be restrained at one point. No scored. Top of the second, 1 out for Ezequiel Tovar of the Rockies, who takes a strike. Former Gold Glove Award winner, played just 95 games because of injury last year, and he's had a good WBC, 6 for 9, including a double in the win over Japan. Ole into the wind in the 0-1. Upstairs, another fastball. It's 1-1.
Well, Tovar, he's been prone to swing and chase. We know that, but also watching this guy play, he loves to play baseball. Loves it.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. They count 1-2. Omar Lopez, his manager, was asked a little bit about his understanding, or Tovar's understanding, of the great collection of Venezuelan shortstops that have played in the big leagues, and said that his hero was Omar Vizquel. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. You think about Dave Concepcion, and you think about Chico Carrascal and Luis Aparicio and Ozzie Guillen, and all of these shortstops have played. Tovar wearing 14 instead of 13 with most of the war. The 1-2, or 2-2, excuse me, on its way from Nola. Here it is. Swinging a foul deep down the left field line and out of play.
Well, it's funny you say that about the number. I mean, for Tovar, 13 is worn by the captain, Salvador Perez. Ronald Acuna couldn't get 13. That's his number. Tovar, he does rock the 14 with the Rockies, so it's okay.
Do you think that Sal thinks he's a shortstop still? 2-2 the count. And the pitch to Tovar. Foul back again. They're really making Nola work after a quick first inning. No score, top of the second, 1 out. So far, Nola has not been quite as sharp as he was in his start against Mexico.
No, his fastball command in the start against Mexico was elite. Just hasn't found his movement yet.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a breaking ball, 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that was probably the best breaker that Nola's thrown today.
I mean, he really does with this curveball. He can spin it, comes out of the hand. You think it looks like a fastball because he can't pick up the spin. When you spin it at a high level, the ball looks like a cue ball. You just can't see it.
2 outs for Gleyber Torres. No score, top of the second. Torres back with the Detroit Tigers this season, the 4-time All-Star, who takes a ball outside, 1-0. Had a tremendous first half last year. Got to the All-Star break with an on-base percentage near 400, but a sports hernia impacted him in the second half. He had to have off-season surgery. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball outside, and the count 2-0. He was the engine that made Detroit's offense go in the first half of last year. I think he has become kind of an underrated player, don't you? I mean, he's really a good offensive player.
Well, you go back to 2019 when he hit over 30 home runs. I thought he was going to be that type of player.
The 2-0. He takes outside, the count 3-0.
And during the postseason run for the Yankees, when you think about Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, the best hitter on the Yankees in 19 was Gleyber Torres.
3-0 the count. The pitch to Torres. He takes a strike on the outer third. It's 3-1.
What I also love about Gleyber is he's really tough to punch out, and when he gets in 2 strikes, he's just going to shoot it right through the 4-hole. I mean, he is a tough out.
Draws a lot of walks. The pitch. Swing at a chopper up along third, and it'll bounce foul. Where Fisher will grab it with his long eye black and roll it to the third base dugout.
I mean, you called it a mask.
It's eye triangles.
I mean, he looks like a raccoon.
Maybe he's honoring Pagliacci.
I don't I mean, if you told me he was a Marvel character, he's Deadpool, I'd say, yeah, he's Andrew Fisher's Deadpool at third base.
I mean, he is quite a character. We might have to come up with a nickname for him that works. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second inning. No score. Venezuela and Italy in the WBC semis. Nola into the wind, and the full count pitch to Torres. Swinging a liner over the head of a leaping Antonacci into left center field, a base hit. It's a 2-out single for Gleyber Torres, second base runner of the night for Venezuela. And it'll bring up the hero of the game against Japan, Wilyer Abreu. Hear the raucous cheers for the Red Sox outfielder. A massive 3-run homer on a pitch at the top of the zone that sent Venezuela to the semis of the upset of Japan. The first pitch, he swings and skies one to center. Trotting in is Marcy. Calling for it, Jacob Marcy makes the grab, and the inning is over. We've played 1.5. Italy and Venezuela are scoreless. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
World Baseball Classic listeners, do you want to hear every MLB game, including the hometown announcers?
Shohei Ohtani unloads!
What about every game of the NCAA tournament? Plus the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're all on SiriusXM.
I can't believe what I just saw!
Just visit SiriusXM.com/WBC26 to start your free trial today.
Let the games begin.
On SiriusXM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on the SiriusXM app.
How good is that?
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction.
We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati.
The SiriusXM app. Everything a sports fan needs, all in one place.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Ohtani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
Live in the moment with every MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA game live on SiriusXM. For a free 3-month trial, go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Baseball fans, every MLB game is on SiriusXM all season long, and your hometown announcers can be heard on your favorite team's channel on the SiriusXM app. One subscription gets you all the games. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Vinny Pasquantino will lead off the bottom of the second inning for Team Italy. It'll be Pasquantino, Zach DeCenzo, Jack Caglione against Kader Montero. The starter expected to give Venezuela about 45 pitches. And then if he gets clean innings, then you'll see Luinder Avila of the Royals behind him. Avila expected to be the bulk reliever today. 95 pitches the max in this round, but Montero not built up to that. First pitch to Pasquantino outside a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, I happen to see the best start in the big leagues for Montero. Complete game shutout of the Rockies in late September 2024.
The 1-0. He misses downstairs in the count 2-0 to Pasquantino.
He works quick. He can mix and match his pitches. His fastball is a lot of giddy up tonight. I mean, he's touching 95 to 98.
We're not used to seeing him quite in this range. Here's the 2-0. Chopper past the mound. Going to be a tough play. Garcia gloves, throws on the run, and fires a bullet to get Pasquantino. The Gold Glover making a Gold Glove caliber play for out number 1.
Well, we've talked about Bobby Witt with the Royals at shortstop in this tournament, how good he is. Well, Michael Garcia is the third baseman on that left side, which I believe wholeheartedly that's the best left side of the infield in all baseball. And when you add Pasquantino to it, you can't think of a better defensive left side and first baseman than Bobby, Garcia, and Pasquantino.
Here's Zach DeCenzo, the Astros. No score in the second, and he lines that one to center field. A base hit, a one-out single for DeCenzo. Getting to start today over Dominic Canzone of the Mariners, who's on the bench for a key spot. And here's Jack Caglione. Runner at first, one out, bottom of the second. No score, Venezuela and Italy. Caglione has had a good tournament. The 2024 first-round draft pick of the Royals. 6'5" left-handed hitter who fills up the entire batter's box. First pitch. He takes outside, 1-0.
I'll say that Caglione's strike zone discipline in this tournament's been pretty good. He hasn't chased a lot. I heard he could chase. Pitches middle in with a little off speed. That's where he does his damage.
The 1-0, and in the dirt. A good stop by William Contreras, the catcher. It's 2-0. Well, Caglione in college got famous for his massive power, and one of the things he could do, Billy, was cover pitches that were multiple inches off the plate and drive them out the other way. And that's where a lot of his chase come from. He's never had a huge strikeout rate. Here's the 2-0. Outside and the count 3-0. And so I've always been curious with him is how does that play in the big leagues? Because it's not like he hits a lot of weak grounders on those pitches. He can drive them. Does he need to zone in better to be able to take advantage of the massive raw power? DeCenzo gets the lead. The pitch upstairs, ball 4, and Caglione draws a walk. And Italy mounting the first threat of this game with one out in the second.
A quick meeting for Team Venezuela. And here comes Andrew Fisher, Deadpool. Fisher's been probably one of my, there's been a couple players on Italy that have really stood out. Fisher has stood out.
Andrew Fisher, first-round draft pick out of Tennessee last year by the Brewers. Left-handed hitter, played first base and third base there. He started his collegiate career at Duke, spent a year with the Blue Devils, went to Ole Miss, then to Tennessee, and last year, 25 homers, which was second in the nation, and 20 more walks than strikeouts. He's got a chance to give Italy the lead here with runners at first and second, one out in the scoreless bottom of the second. And he checks and takes a strike at 96 on the inner edge, 0-1. Ricardo Sanchez, the left-hander, getting loose in Venezuela's pen. Montero set. And the 0-1 misses low, 1-1. What has impressed you more from Fisher? Has it been the approach or his defense?
I really like his defense. Defensively at third base, he's very aggressive, but I would say the approach. His approach has been fantastic. He's not lacking for confidence. I mean, this guy can walk into any room and feel like he's the alpha.
He is a huge personality. There's the hold. The runners dancing around. The pitch down low, 2-1. In the quarterfinal win over Puerto Rico, things were going south quickly. They had an 8-2 lead in Italy. It was getting down to 8-6. They had their one lefty in the game in Joe LaSorsa. LaSorsa's an experienced big league pitcher. And Fisher went in to visit him upstairs, bends him back, and then he does a little shimmy in the box. It's 3-1. But Fisher goes to the visit, and what was it that he told us after the game? LaSorsa basically challenged him to get him up and
he
going.
Said, I believe in you. You said you have my back, well, I have your back. And LaSorsa's like, no, I get it. And he was like, no, I need you to tell it to me that I got your back. And he's like, well, whose back do we have? Do I have your back or you have my back?
And then Fisher shoved him in the chest and went back to third. Upstairs, ball 4, and Italy has loaded the bases with one out in the second. A huge scoring chance here for Italy early in this game. Back-to-back walks by Montero. And time is called as J.J. D'Orazio, the scheduled hitter.
Well, I think this is the thing about Italy's offense that has caught teams off guard. They really have. They've walked. The bottom of the lineup, even though they don't have service time, has been amazing. Fisher, this kid J.J. D'Orazio, I mean, he's probably taken some of the best at bats for Italy, especially when he gets the 2 strikes. He's got power.
Johan Santana, the 2-time Cy Young Award winner and pitching coach for Venezuela, leading a mound meeting as he heads back to the dugout, and D'Orazio set to hit. D'Orazio, to your points, Billy, has been a big surprise. I mean, this is a guy that in the minor leagues last year hit in the 220s. He's been 5 for 12 with an opposite field home run. He is only catching regularly because Kyle Teal suffered a hamstring injury. He's only on the roster to begin with because Italy's position player group was depleted by injuries before the tournament even started. Bases loaded, 1 out. No score. First pitch to D'Orazio. Inside a ball, 1-0. This is the chance for Montero here, Spilly, because he does do really well against righties.
He does, but for whatever reason, Montero is not challenging in the strike zone like we were accustomed to seeing.
Here's the 1-0. Swinging a liner down the left field line, hooking foul, and a nice catch by the ball boy down the left field line. Got a good read on it. Big smile on the face, pounding his chest, saying, let's go. Getting high fives. 1-1. Senzo from third, Caglione from second, Fisher at first. Montero winds and delivers. Inside, it's 2-1.
Yeah, Montero's just not finding the strike zone right now. He's nibbling. It's almost as though he's trying to be perfect. He can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Omar Lopez saying he was selected because he's a strike thrower. Here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball strike. That was a good breaker that caught the outside corner. And the count 2-2 to the young catcher.
Even though you have D'Orazio in a 2-strike hole right here, what D'Orazio does right here is fantastic. He's about to spread out his feet and go into a no-stride, 2-strike approach.
Venezuelan fans on their feet making noise, trying to will Montero through this at-bat. Bases loaded, 1 out, no score, last of the second. The first big moment in this game. The 2-2. He checks and takes low, and appeal to first. And Dan Bellino says no swing, and the count is full.
98-mile-an-hour 2-seam fastball. It missed right at the bottom. See the replay. They got it right. He did not check his swing.
3-2. Here's the payoff. Down low, ball 4, and Italy takes the lead on the bases loaded walk. Another terrific at bat from J.J. D'Orazio, a guy who's never played above Double-A. And he's given Italy a 1-0 lead, and Omar Lopez is going to the bullpen with the left-handed hitting Dante Nori due. Venezuela already into the pen with Cinderella Italy leading 1-0. 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the second inning. We'll tell you about the new Venezuelan pitcher in a moment. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is an MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM Spring Training Tour Spotlight.
MLB Network Radio is getting you ready for opening day on SiriusXM. Hear interviews from all 30 spring training camps on the SiriusXM app, including our visit with the Atlanta Braves and former MVP Ronald Acuna Jr.
I'm so excited because now I can feel comfortable with my leg, with my body, with my knee. I'm so excited for a new season. Help my team bring another championship to this city.
Starting pitcher Spencer Strider is hoping to return to form in 2026.
Got to be competitive. Need guys to swing. Need guys to be behind in the count. Try to refine the stuff. Fastball shape was, not the same as it has been last year. That definitely hurt me. Been focusing on that through the offseason. Comes back to mechanics.
All-star first baseman Matt Olson is looking forward to playing for Walt Weiss.
The fact that he's been here
with everybody. It's not a fresh start. The relationship is good and something that I think Walt cares about, and you can feel that already.
And new manager Walt Weiss is ready for another opportunity to lead a team.
I'm certainly more prepared this time around than I was the last time where I was coaching high school football for 4 years before I took that job. Knowing the lay of the land, knowing the guys really well, having established relationships, I felt like we came in and we hit the ground running on day one.
Here are full spring training tour specials for all 30 teams on the SiriusXM app. Just search Spring Training. Now back to the World Baseball Classic.
The madness is here, and your home for all the NCAA tournament discussion is SiriusXM College Sports Radio. Tune in all day tomorrow as experts like Dalen Cuff, Matt McCall, and Nicole Arbach tell you who to pick in your NCAA tournament bracket. Plus, hear from some of the top head coaches who made the field of 68. It's all on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84 in your car, and on the SiriusXM app. The new pitcher is Ricardo Sanchez for Venezuela. Bases loaded, one out. Italy with a run home. Dante Nori, Philly's former first-rounder, takes a ball outside, 1-0. Nori, another one of the young Italian hitters who has impressed in this tournament, despite the fact they had 5 games in AA last year. Former first-round draft pick waits, and he bounces this one to second. Only play for Torres will be to second. They'll get the fielder's choice there when a run scores, and it's 2-0 Italy. On the play, Fisher makes it to third.
Well, regardless for Nori, if he's played in the big leagues or not, he got the job done. Italy has done a great job of manufacturing runs. When they do get chances, when they do get opportunities, they've cashed them in. And for whatever reason, if you felt like there was pressure on Italy, they are not playing with pressure. The pressure's been on Venezuela the whole time.
2-0 Italy. Runners at the corners for Sam Antonacci. Struck out looking his first trip. Left-handed hitter. Takes a strike on the outside corner from Sanchez, 0-1.
There's something to be said about playing with house money. You're just there. It's the house's money, and if we lose it, we lose it.
I mean, they haven't exactly played in friendly environments, despite the fact that they're American-born players mostly outside. 1-1. They were in the same pool as the U.S. The vast majority of fans in their game against Mexico were there to root for Mexico. In the quarterfinal game against Puerto Rico, it was a pro-Puerto Rican crowd, so they're used to this. Check swing, roller, foul, third base side, and the count is 1-2.
We see this a lot with teams throughout, postseason and major leagues. The young team that gets to the postseason and beats a veteran squad, a team with higher expectations. There's something to be said about not knowing any better.
1-2 the count to the extremely patient Antonacci. He waits. Runner goes from first. The pitch is a ball outside. The Venezuelan fans didn't like it, but that was clearly off the plate. It's 2-2.
Well, again, Italy's going to use their athleticism. Nori goes first move, gets a second. Now a base hit right here. It's a 4-0 lead against Venezuela.
2-2 the count. Runners at second and third get their lead. The pitch. Antonacci takes outside. It's 3-2. Antonacci struggled against left-handed pitching, Spilly. He hit 240 with a 300 slug, but his on-base percentage was .431 in the minor leagues against them. That is a lot of walks. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Fouled back. Out of play is able to fight off a high heater from Ricardo Sanchez.
Sanchez last pitch in the big leagues in 2020.
In just a handful of appearances for the Cardinals, well-traveled. Currently pitching for Union Laguna in the LMB. The 3-2 again. Antonacci fights off another one, foul. Sanchez came to fame as a 14-year-old, believe it or not. He was the MVP of the 2012 15U World Championship for Venezuela. They beat a Cuban team that was led by Johan Oviedo.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And Yordan Alvarez. The 3-2 again. Antonacci bounces it behind the bag at first, gloved by Arise. He will scramble to the bag and get there just ahead of a diving Antonacci as Arise had to turn on the jets, and the inning is over. Italy scores a pair. They leave 2. We've played 2. Cinderella has a 2-0 lead over Venezuela. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Fuel your fandom when you listen to live sports on the SiriusXM app.
Victor for 3, Victor Wembanyama!
Hear the games you just can't miss.
That was one of the craziest games I've seen.
And get closer to the teams you love wherever you are.
What a great game. What a great comeback.
Live sports. Live on the SiriusXM app.
You gotta love sports.
This is Radio Andy.
Let's go. If you're not listening to Radio Andy, what are you even doing?
It's non-stop celeb tea, pop culture rants, wild stories, and Andy Cohen being the icon he was born to be.
No filters, no chill, just straight up fun.
We're talking laughs, shade, and those moments that make you text your group chat immediately.
Catch Radio Andy anytime on the SiriusXM app and hit that follow at Radio Andy Insta for even more chaos.
Trust us, you don't want to miss a beat.
Every night in the NBA, the games become more important, and when you want a spirited debate that meets the moment, you need SiriusXM NBA Radio's NBA Today.
Maybe he can win the MVP. That's a question. What's not a question is him winning Defensive Player of the Year. That's easy.
Weekdays at 4 Eastern, Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson give you insight with energy and analysis with an edge.
Let those guys in the front office run the damn team, dude.
The destination for the association, SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Jim Duquette. We'll break down the key plays from this game and bring you the latest headlines from around the World Baseball Classic every morning on Power Alley, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network Radio.
Start your baseball mornings with the leadoff spot tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern. Join Steve Phillips and Xavier Scruggs as they discuss the key moments of the game. Preview the rest of the World Baseball Classic and the finals tomorrow night. Get into the leadoff spot weekdays at 7 Eastern on SiriusXM Channel 89. The SiriusXM app. X is here tonight with his son.
It's great.
His little man. I went to introduce myself and shake his hand. This is his son, about 6. And he gave me the biggest, slap handshake.
He's like, what's up, Mike? Mike?
Sounded just like his dad. 2-0 Italy as we head to the top of the third. William Contreras will lead things off. The Brewers catcher waits for the first pitch from Aaron Nola, and he takes the ball outside, 1-0. Contreras, Jackson Chourio, and Ronald Acuna Jr. against Nola. Contreras 0 for 11 in this tournament. 2-time Silver Slugger, one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball. Here's the 1-0. He takes outside, it's 2-0.
Contreras is one of those hitters, when he hits a ball, it stays hit. I mean, he just, kind of like X's son, he just has heavy hands.
The 2-0. Outside corner is strike. It's 2-1. His brother Wilson is also on this team and not in the lineup. Wilson has hands that you feel like if you were to hand him a walnut, he would be able to crush it.
Just crush it.
2-1. Nola into the wind of the pitch. Inside the count, 3-1 to Contreras. Italy really needs Nola to start dialing in his command here, Spilly, because he has been all over the place. And at some point, if you start giving up base runners for free to this Venezuelan team, it is going to burn you.
It's just like what happened with Montero in Venezuela.
The 3-1. Down low, ball 4, and the leadoff man walks for Venezuela in the third. First walk issued by Nola, but he's been behind in a lot of counts, and here's Jackson Chourio.
Well, in the start against Mexico for Nola, his 4-seam fastball, he threw it for a strike 71% of the time. Tonight, he's throwing his 4-seam for a strike 50%. You got to be above, and the magic number 67%.
First pitch to Chourio. He takes a strike, 0-1. 22-year-old outfielder. He's about to turn 22. 2 for 9 in the tournament. A young Brewers star who had back-to-back 20 homer, 20 stolen base seasons to begin his career. Contreras from first, the 0-1, foul back. And the count 0-2 to Chourio.
We heard this a couple years ago with the Seattle Mariners, 67%. Well, why? Because if you throw 3 pitches, you want to be ahead of the count in a 1-2 count. That's why 67 is so important.
It's tough to get to that number, but Nola has been a pretty good command guy for his career. Breaking ball popped up. First base side, foul territory. Pasquantino in the coach's box makes the catch for out number 1. With Contreras stationed at first, 1 out. To the top of the order for Ronald Acuna Jr. 2-0 Italy, top of the 3rd. Acuna with big cheers. He lined out to center field his first trip. The first pitch. Breaking ball misses inside, 1-0.
Oh, when Acuna is healthy, this is a top 5 player in baseball.
Last year coming back from a second ACL surgery, 21 home runs. The pitch. He takes low and the count 2-0. He seemed much more confident, Spilly, coming back last year than he did coming back from the first one. Maybe because he knew what to expect.
Well, they said the first injury he had was closer to an injury that you see NFL running backs have.
The 2-0. Inside of the breaking ball, it's 3-0 to Acuna. And so the latest one was less severe then?
Less severe, but still, I mean, we're talking about a player that is he 28 now? He looks fantastic. I mean, he's in incredible shape right now.
He's ahead 3-0. The pitch, a strike. Fastball at the very top of the zone. Maybe a cutter there. It's 3-1. Actually, that was a sinker, it looks like, and it didn't have a ton of movement, and the velocity has gone way down here in the 3rd inning for Nola. 3-1. The pitch. Swinging a pop-up, foul, first base side, not a play, and the count is full.
I mean, Mike, you go to 2023 for Acuna, this last full season that he was healthy. He was an MVP. I mean, the numbers are silly. 73 stolen bases, 41 home runs, led the league in at bats, runs scored, hits.
He's the tying run with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. The payoff. He takes strike 3 called. He was not looking for the breaking ball, and he's frustrated at himself as he took one at the top of the zone, 2 outs.
Well, from 3-0 to a strikeout looking, Nola, he's spinning it. I mean, that's the thing right now. Equalizer against this really good Venezuela team is spinning the baseball. They're looking for your fastball to do damage.
2 outs for Michael Garcia. An infield single his first trip, a bunt base hit. First pitch to the Royals infielder. Breaking ball down low. It's 1-0. Originally, we thought Michael Lorenzen was going to start this game for Team Italy. He pitched against the U.S. in pool play and was dynamite. Apparently, just about the time the media heard Lorenzen's name, the Venezuelan team was let know that Nola would start. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1, so there was no subterfuge with it. But the feeling is that Lorenzen may piggyback Nola. But really, as far down as his velocity has gone, I'm not sure that Italy's going to want to wait much longer to get in that pen.
I wouldn't consider it.
You wouldn't consider it? Or what?
No, I would consider getting to the pen earlier. I wouldn't consider leaving him out here as long as you possibly can. He is spinning the baseball, though. I mean, he's landing his knuckle curve for strikes.
His fastball has been trending in the wrong direction, though, in this inning. He's at 47 pitches, the delivery. That went on the ground to short, gobbled up by Antonacci. Feeds to Birdie covering at second, and the inning is over. Nola pitches around the leadoff walk through 2.5. Italy leading Venezuela. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
When your favorite sports shows are talking football or basketball, it's always baseball season on MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
It is gone!
With a lineup full of experts, it's a daily insider's perspective from former players and executives. The national pastime all the time. MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM. Don't miss out on a free 3-month trial to Sirius XM. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
As a sports fan, I just want the games. But right now, it's like a full-time job just trying to figure out which bundle I need. With the SiriusXM app, they do the bundling for me.
Slam dunk. Luka is putting on a show.
I don't have to go anywhere else to get every NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLB game. When there's a college game on, I just search for the school on the SiriusXM app.
This game is simply amazing.
With the all-access plan and the SiriusXM app, I got the sports world in the palm of my hand. No bundle required.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On SiriusXM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. SiriusXM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. Catch up anytime using the SiriusXM app.
One subscription to SiriusXM gets you live sports, including every game of the NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26 for a free trial.
Every NHL game is on SiriusXM. As the Stanley Cup playoff picture comes into focus, you need the perspective of your hometown announcers. Hear them all on the SiriusXM app. Just search NHL. It's 2-0 Italy as we head to the bottom of the third. John Birdie to lead things off. It'll be Birdie, Jacob Marcy, Vinny Pasquantino against the lefty Ricardo Sanchez. What did you see between innings, Billy?
I was watching Aaron Nola. He was talking with the pitching coach. There's a little discussion with Francisco Cervelli. Then we watched him go down to the dugout. Not sure if he was saying, hey, I do feel good even though my velocity is down. Not quite sure. We haven't seen anybody start to move around in the bullpen, but there was a conversation.
It was 94s, 95s in the first inning. It was 90-91 by the third. Right-handed hitting Birdie. A base hit his first trip, takes high and away from Ricardo Sanchez. It's 1-0. 2-0 Italy. Winner gets the U.S. in the finals tomorrow night. Here's the 1-0. And a grounder to short, right to Tovar. The former Gold Glover throws him out. Leadoff man gone in the Italian third.
I found it really interesting today with Francisco Cervelli. People were asking about the technology. I'm not sure if you saw this, but we saw Team USA yesterday getting the iPads back. They did not have it in pool play. They asked Cervelli if they were going to use the iPads with Team Italy. He said, no, we're not. And the reason why is these players are watching the game, watching sequences, and talking amongst each other. What a novel idea.
First pitch to Marcy, misses outside a ball, 1-0. The left-handed hitting center fielder. I took that with a little bit of a grain of salt when Cervelli said that.
Sure.
He said, I don't think we'll use it much. I think that was more wishful thinking. Broken bat roller to the right side, gloved by Arise. Sanchez has to hurry, and he beats Marcy by a step. Good job by the pitcher covering. That's not easy when the lefty falls off to the third base side, but nicely done by the big man, 2 outs.
Yeah, it's really good because you have to go straight to the bag. Remember, we used to be taught this banana route. Well, instead, you got to run straight to it, and he barehands it. I thought he barehanded it. So Sanchez barehands it with his left, steps with his right, beats him by a half a step.
Excellent play, 2 outs. 2-0 Italy. Here's Vinny Pasquantino.
Says pitchers aren't athletes.
I thought you said that.
That's right, I do.
First pitch low to Pasquantino. It's 1-0. But just to finish on the iPad, I think that's, that was not something Francisco Cervelli had as he played. All of these guys have grown up with those scouting reports in professional baseball. I have a feeling they're probably going to be in it a little bit to look at guys. But I think there is something to be said for paying attention and watching the game. A strike and the count 1-1.
Well, I mean, it's a conversation that needs more time so I can get my soapbox, but I do like that they're watching the game and paying attention to little things.
Pitch down low, 2-1. That's why we had it now, was to prevent you from getting on the soapbox.
Yeah, he started with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Never start a story with 2 outs, Billy. The 2-1 upstairs, 3-1. You should always give the score. at the end of the half inning. You should never start a story with 2 strikes. This is basically a clinic going on right now. What not to do. 3-1 to Pasquantino. Sanchez into the line to the pitch. Pasquantino bounces a foul off the face of the first base dugout, and right to Italy's first base coach, former Royals GM Allard Baird, coaching at first.
Italy's done a good job to get Venezuela out of this game. Their fans trying to get behind Venezuela, get him into the dugout.
2-0 Italy, the payoff. Pasquantino takes ball 4 off the plate. A good at bat for the co-captain. And he reaches with 2 outs for Zach DeCenzo.
This is where Italy, they've been consistently in the strike zone. They just don't chase. They have not chased.
DeCenzo singled and scored the first Italy run in the second. The right-handed hitter waits and takes a high strike. Top of the zone, it's 0-1. DeCenzo, he was one of the players that we saw up close, Billy, that was way more physical than I anticipated.
They have him listed at 6'4".
The 0-1 up and in, spins the Astros utility man off the plate. It's 1-1.
Italian has some. The Italian team has some pretty big guys. Vini Pasquantino's a big guy. Zach DeCenzo's a big guy. Jack Caglione.
DeCenzo, one of the key right-handed bats in this lineup. They are very left-handed as well. Last year in his limited big league time, he missed most of the season with a UCL injury in his elbow. He hit lefties well. Dribbler to first. Arise gloves it. And about 70 feet up the line, waits for DeCenzo to get there to tag him. And the inning is over. A 2-out walk, a man left. We've played 3. It's Italy 2, Venezuela nothing. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Did you know you can get home and away feeds for every MLB, NHL, and NBA game on your phone?
3 for the win. He got it!
Every game, all season. It's all on the SiriusXM app.
It's out of here!
Sports, the way they're meant to be heard. With your hometown announcers just a tap away.
It is gone! An incredible finish!
Search for your team and tap the plus sign to add it to your library. Every game, all season. Get closer to your team with the SiriusXM app.
Shoot, he scores!
Howard Stern.
You a Stern fan, Micah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listen every day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Legendary radio host Howard Stern.
It is the best thing that people can buy is Sirius to hear your show.
The best interviewer out there.
He gets to the point.
Hands down.
We're both very excited about this.
Howard Stern won at life.
Just a handsome guy. Universally, everyone agrees.
Only on Sirius XM. Now available to most subscribers.
It comes around every year. People begin to scramble for information. It's a beast like no other. And VSiN is here to help you navigate the waters of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. It's Sharp Week, and our team of college hoops experts will guide you through your brackets. Want to know who the wagering sharps are picking? Tune in to Sharp Week on VSiN, Sirius XM 158. Sharps! You're gonna need a bigger bet.
This is Jim Bowden from the award-winning show, The Front Office. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Jim Duquette and I break down baseball from a GM's perspective on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
Ryan Spielborg, CJ Nitkowski, Kevin Franza, and Chris Jimenez, and many more bring you hard-hitting baseball analysis from a player's point of view on Loudouts, weekdays 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays 10 a.m. Eastern, MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM Channel 89. Top of the 4th inning in this semifinal of the World Baseball Classic. Team Italy with a 2-0 lead over Venezuela. Italy getting a pair of runs in the second. A bases-loaded walk to the number 8 hitter, J.J. D'Orazio. RBI fielder's choice from the number 9 hitter, Dante Nori, and Aaron Nola goes back to work as we start the 4th. Ryan Spielborg's Mike Farron with you at Lone Depot Park in Miami. The winner gets Team USA tomorrow night in the finals. And the first pitch from Nola to the left-handed hitting Luis Suarez is a strike, a delayed call. by Jeremy Rehack at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1.
Yeah, they had that as a cut fastball at 87 miles an hour. We're starting to pay attention to the velocities for Aaron Nola. He's at 49 pitches.
Here comes the 0-1. That was a changeup that time at 86, and the count 1-1. Well, last night, Team USA made it to the finals for the third consecutive WBC. In a thrilling ball game, they beat the powerful Dominican Republic team 2-1. Bouncer to the right side, charging the second baseman Birdie. Gloves it, underhands running to first, and that gets a rise, 1 out. Solo home runs from Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony, the only runs for the U.S. The Dominican Republic had a ton of chances to try and tie or take the lead in that game, but Mason Miller shut the door, and the U.S. is in the finals for the third straight tournament.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. Dominican had every opportunity to win last night's game. They struck out Team USA 15 times.
First pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Bouncer foul, third base side. It's 0-1, 2-0 Italy in the fourth.
I think the disappointment for Dominican was real today. I felt it. Saw a lot of people around where we're staying, and they're just sad. They're like, man, we had them. We thought they had this team that they could win this entire tournament, but they also missed out on opportunities to score.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a drive to left field. Going back on it, Nori. He's to the fence. It's gone. Eugenio Suarez gets the glad hand from Gerardo Parra at first. Arms outstretched, and he points to the bullpen as Venezuela has cut the deficit to 2-1.
Nobody's hit more homers in a season than Gino Suarez, and his arms are still outstretched. He caught a curveball. Nola, who's been spinning the baseball against Venezuela, he caught a curveball, and they just pile on him.
All of the position players out of the dugout to greet Suarez, and then he and Sal Perez did the 6-7 motion to each other. It's 2-1. Gino's first of the tournament. And now here's Ezequiel Tovar. And the crowd's starting to get into it. They haven't had much to cheer about, as that's a strike. And a cutter at the bottom of the zone, 0-1 to Tovar.
Well, Italy doesn't have the bullpen that some of the other teams have, but I am a little surprised not to see some action for Italy.
The 0-1 down low. 1-1 to Tovar. Nola's only given up 1 run. Just that solo homer to Suarez, but the counts have gotten deeper, and it's been a lot of cutters and changeups. The pitch on the ground is short. There's Antonacci circling it, gloves, throws low to first, and an excellent pick by Vinny Pasquantino, 2 outs. He has had some tremendous picks in this tournament at first base.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where if they didn't have Vinny Pasquantino as the defender at first base, Italy might not be in this position. I mean, he's been that good at first, preventing some throwing errors.
2 outs for Gleyber Torres, 2-1 Italy, last of the fourth. Torres has singled his first trip, first pitch. He takes a strike, and the breaking ball, it's 0-1. It's been all curveballs, changeups, and cutters. No 4-seamers, no 2-seamers in this inning from Nola. By design?
I think by design.
You think it's not feeling good? The 0-1 on the ground to the left side. Backhanded sliding stop from the outfield grass. Antonacci gets up, throws the first late. Infield single for Torres. Good effort from Antonacci, but the tying run reaches with 2 outs.
Second base hit for Torres in a nice backhanded stop. It does look like Team Italy has somebody warming up in the bullpen, a right-hander. But I think it's by design that they're just trying to spin Venezuela.
I think that may be Kyle Nicholas of the Reds who is getting loose, as here's Wilyer Abreu. First pitch, Abreu on the ground to second. To his left is Birdie. From the outfield turf, has it, throws to first. And one pitch later, the inning is over. Nola gives up a solo home run to Eugenio Suarez. It strands a man through 3.5. It's Italy 2, Venezuela 1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM has dedicated channels to your favorite sport. Don't miss any of the daily baseball conversation on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That was a win for everybody who loves baseball. The energy, the excitement.
Or deep dives into the NFL, NBA, NHL, and college sports. You'll hear legends like Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Stephen A. Smith on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Get your SiriusXM free trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Let the games begin.
On SiriusXM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on the SiriusXM app.
How good is that?
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction.
We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati.
The SiriusXM app. Everything a sports fan needs, all in one place.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Otani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
With SiriusXM, you get nonstop baseball coverage on MLB Network Radio and every MLB game. Try 3 months free. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 3 teams. Global matchups, real pride, one tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. Bottom of the 4th inning. Venezuela has cut the deficit to 2-1. Luinder Avila from the Kansas City Royals is on. And he will face his Royal teammate Jack Caglione to get things started. It'll be Caglione, Fisher, and J.J. Durazio. I don't know how much you had a chance to see Avila last year, Spilly, but he has really impressive stuff.
Yeah, and what's crazy is his most used pitch is his curveball. It throws 96 miles an hour, but he's going to come out the gate spinning curves.
Right-hander from the third base side of the rubber rocks, and his first pitch at 97 misses way outside. It's 1-0. Avila, who was part of the spring breakout game a year ago for the Royals, swing and a miss, blows the heater by Caglione. It's 1-1. Billy's appreciative grunts.
Yeah, I mean, that was especially how he throws.
The 1-1, that's a bouncer to third, charging Garcia. Another Royal has it and fires to first. Caglione hustling down the line, retired for out number 1. I'll bring up Andrew Fisher of the Brewers, who drew a walk his first trip, 2-1 Italy. So Avila's an interesting story, Billy, in that Paul Gibson, the director of pitching for the Royals, longtime director of pitching, he is an old school guy who has gotten really, really good at the new school stuff and understands biomechanics. And one of the issues that Avila had when he was in the lower minors, his first pitch to left-handed hitting Fisher is outside, 1-0, is that his fastball had too much cut on it. And we talked the other day about those fastballs that have good ride on it, right? Rides at the cut of the zone and have a little bit of cut at the end. He was getting too much. And he used the technology to improve his delivery to find more consistency. Did that fastball play better? Broken bat, floater into left center field. It's a base hit for Fisher. The barrel of the bat ended up near first base. That one died a hero, and he's aboard with 1 out.
Now you have Fisher on base. You will steal, but to the point of what you're making with Avila, it's a high release point. He's at 52 degrees, which is way up there. And you can just see that if you hit it, you're going to break your bat. I mean, there's few guys that you watch when you're seeing the ball coming out of his hand and the effort. You can just tell that even though it's 97, there's good extension. It's going to play way up.
2-1 Italy as they bat in the bottom of the fourth with one out. First pitch to D'Orazio, and he takes inside a ball. William Contreras did not like that decision from Jeremy Rehak. It's 1-0. D'Orazio walked to the bases loaded to knock in the first Italian run in the second. Now batting in the fourth. The pitch, a strike just below the zone. Maybe a makeup call there on that breaking ball. It's 1-1. There is action in the Italian pen. Michael Lorenzen has started to throw. Lorenzen, the other key starter for Italy, up and in on the count 2-1. As the fastball misses. So we may see Lorenzen piggyback Nola here. A set. A hold in the 2-1. Bouncer to the left side, in the hole, backhanded by Tovar, goes to second and gets the fielder's choice as Suarez made the stretch to ensure he got the out. 2 outs.
This is what makes Ezequiel Tovar so good. He's so much range to the left and right, and if you're watching this play at home, you're like, where was he going to go? He knew he could go the short way to second, because if he tried to throw across the infield, there's no way, even though D'Orazio is a catcher, too far of a throw, and his body is going towards the third baseline.
Here's Dante Nori, who knocked in the go-ahead, or the run that's the difference right now with a ground out his first time, and he skies it to left, and in left center is Will Abreu to make the catch, and the inning is over. A one-out hit, a man left. We've played 4, Italy leading Venezuela 2-1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Fuel your fandom when you listen to live sports on the SiriusXM app.
Victor for 3, Victor Wembanyama!
Hear the games you just can't miss.
That was one of the craziest games I've seen.
And get closer to the teams you love wherever you are.
What a great game. What a great comeback.
Live sports. Live on the SiriusXM app.
You gotta love sports.
SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
The best teams, the biggest moments. It's the UEFA Champions League on SiriusXM FC. A masterclass in Madrid gave Real a 3-goal advantage.
Into Valverde for the hat-trick!
Can Man City turn the tide and pull off a historic upset?
Erling Haaland fires one into the left-hand corner!
Manchester City, Real Madrid, tomorrow at 4 Eastern on SiriusXM FC, channel 157 in the car and the SiriusXM app.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
Whatever you're into, SiriusXM has it. Ad-free music from every game, live sports from every major league, breaking news from the voices you trust, and the podcasts everyone's talking about all in one place. One app, one subscription. Sign up now and get your first 3 months free at SiriusXM.com/WBC26. It's a new pitcher for Italy with them leading Venezuela 2-1 in the top of the 5th. Michael Lorenzen is on. Signed this winter to a 2-year contract with the Colorado Rockies. And he comes out of the pen after having a brilliant start against Team USA to help Italy win the pool and be in this position. They'll face William Contreras, the number 8 hitter, takes a ball outside, 1-0.
Well, one of the things that Cervelli wanted to do was piggyback his best arms, which is Aaron Nola and Michael Lorenzen as far as back of the baseball card, the big leagues.
That one outside and count 2-0.
Now what Lorenzen's going to do, he has a lot of pitches. If it's anything like we saw with Aaron Nola, he's going to spin it. He's going to mix and match all the pitches that he has. and just try to keep Venezuela off balance.
2-0 the count, the pitch. Contreras squares the button, that takes inside, and the count 3-0 as he pulls back. And Lorenzen kind of taking his time between each pitch. I think he's trying to slow things down a little bit, Spilly?
Maybe.
The 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4, and the leadoff man walks. And Contreras glares at Lorenzen as he walks to first. So the tying run aboard for Venezuela to start the 5th, and here's Jackson Chourio.
Well, it's not unfamiliar territory for Lorenzen coming in as a reliever. He's done it many, many times in his career.
Former college closer as he faces Jackson Chourio. 2-1 Italy in the 5th. Chourio squares the bunt, takes a strike just below the zone. It's 0-1. Your point on Lorenzen in his career, 395 Major League games, only 119 of them starts. Bunt back to the mound. Lorenzen waits for the second hop. He'll toss to first to get Chourio. It's a sacrifice that puts the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. Sacrifice goes 1-3, but the tying runs in scoring position for Ronald Acuna Jr., with Italy leading Venezuela 2-1. Cheers getting a little louder, and all of the fans coming to their feet here for Acuna with a man in scoring position. Acuna 0 for 2. Struck out looking his last trip. Takes it down low, 1-0.
The thing with Acuna, he has line-to-line power. There's not one part of this ballpark he can't go out of.
The former MVP waits. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. He was thinking about giving Venezuela the lead on that swing. It's 1-1.
Yeah, but Lorenzen's smart. He's going to continue to go soft. If he goes fastball, it'll be above the belt.
Open stance, deep D-bend for Acuna. The pitch, checks the swing. Appeal to first, no swing, says Dan Bellino, 2-1.
And there's the fastball above the belt. See if he can get Acuna to expand. He almost did.
Contreras from second. Lorenzen looks at him. The 2-1, breaking ball fouled away. Another healthy rip and a breaker down in the zone, 2-2. To a curveball, got the chase.
Yep.
Fastball above the zone, yep. Curveball again.
In a hitter count. This is the pattern. So he might get a fastball. He might be sitting off speed. And this is where Lorenzen changes the eye level. He'll go fastball up.
The 2-2. He goes fastball up, but it's way too high, and the count is full to Acuna.
So if you're following along, this is always fun for me because it's a chess match. And I'm a grandmaster, by the way. This is an off-speed count with first base open.
3-2 the count, 1 out. 2-1 Italy. Tying run at second for Venezuela. And Lorenzen spins. I'm not sure that I'd even cast you in Chess the Musical.
Is there a Chess the Musical?
Look it up.
Is it 90 seconds per scene?
It's all ABBA music. Here's a 3-2. Swinging a high pop-up. Left side. Fisher gives way to the shortstop Antonacci, who makes the catch just on the outfield turf for out number 2. A huge second out for Lorenzen. And here's Michael Garcia. 2-1 Italy leads Venezuela, top of the 5th.
If there's one guy in Venezuela's lineup that scares me the most, it's Michael Garcia. He can handle pitches down. He has a great sense for hitting.
Lorenzen's first pitch. Garcia hits it on the ground to short. Right to Antonacci. He will throw to first. Inning over. Lorenzen pitches around the leadoff walk. We are halfway through this one. Cinderella continues to lead. It's Italy 2, Venezuela 1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Every night in the NBA, the games become more important. And when you want a spirited debate that meets the moment, you need SiriusXM NBA Radio's NBA Today.
Maybe he can win the MVP. That's a question. What's not a question is him winning Defensive Player of the Year. That's easy.
Weekdays at 4 Eastern. Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson give you insight with energy and analysis with an edge.
Let those guys in the front office run the damn team, dude.
The destination for the association. SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97, your home for great American comedy.
SiriusXM is a sports fan's dream. Live coverage of the biggest games and channels dedicated to your favorite sport. It's free for 3 months. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The NCAA tournament is on SiriusXM beginning tomorrow. Here, Westwood One's coverage of every game of the men's tournament. And starting Wednesday, you can hear the women's tournament on SiriusXM. For channel numbers, go to SiriusXM.com/sports. Bottom of the 5th inning, Italy batting, leading Venezuela 2-1. Italy 5-0 in this tournament, trying to pull another upset. They've upset the U.S., they've upset Mexico, they upset Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals, and now they have their sights set on the Venezuelans and a potential rematch with Team USA tomorrow. Top of the order due for the Italian, Sam Antonacci of the White Sox. The left-handed hitting utility prospect waits, and the first pitch from Avila, slap foul, out of play off to the left.
Well, if they've done anything throughout this tournament, they've followed a pretty simple playbook. Be aggressive, take pitches outside the strike zone, and get the crowd out of it.
The 0-1 to Antonacci, swing and a miss. Chased a really good breaker that time. It's 0-2. Winder Avila came on to pitch the 4th inning. Now continuing in the 5th is the Royals right-hander as Antonacci uses his timeout. Avila set. Rocks and delivers. Antonacci on the ground to short. Right there is Tovar. He will throw to first. And the leadoff man gone in the Italian 5th. One out for John Birdie. Birdie, a single in the first. He grounded to short. He's a free agent currently. 6 for 14 in this tournament. Had a really rough year with the Cubs last year as he fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. Birdie starred in this ballpark for the Marlins. He led the National League in stolen bases back in 2022. Pitch. Bouncer foul, 0-2. I've always been a fan of his as a multi-positional guy. Usually hit lefties pretty well. Holds his own against righties.
I will say for any sort of player like that, if they do have a bad year, sometimes it's just luck of the draw, who you face, what lefties you're matched up against, how long you've gone without playing.
He is 36 years old. As he waits for the 0-2 from Luinder Avila, the pitch. Upstairs, and that caught Jeremy Rehak right square in the mask. And the fans are not on Rehak's side. William Contreras checking on the umpire. Ooh, that was...
I mean, was that a cross-up? I mean, it was such a strange replay because Contreras never got his glove up. And you can see Rehak is asking, it's like, hey, is your pitch comm working? He asked, was that a cross-up? We're reading lips right here.
Avila and Contreras talking with Rehak and a couple of umpires, and he says, I'm all right. Certainly, Avila did not mean to do that.
Yeah, they're checking in on. I mean, it caught him flush, and they're asking. I mean, you can tell the concern right here was that a cross-up, yes or no?
Dan Bellino, the crew chief, in there along with Corey Blazer, who called balls and strikes last night.
I mean, the pitch on the pitch track, it's not like it was.
No, it wasn't wild.
It wasn't
above
wild.
The zone,
it was
but
slightly.
I mean, it hit Rehak, square in the nose. He appears to be okay. Hopefully he is. Bill, you tend to be on this a little bit better than I am, but from what I remember, Rehak is one of the better home plate umpires. The younger umpires tend to call balls and strikes better, but what did you see there?
He's an excellent umpire. I'm shocked by Contreras' effort on that pitch. He had to have been crossed up.
The 1-2, Birdie pops it up in the air to medium deep center field, backing up on it, making the two-handed grab. Is Jackson Churio for out number 2.
And Contreras and Rehak continue to talk. It's almost as though, there's a trust issue. You have to trust a catcher if you're an umpire. You have to. It's a relationship, symbiotic, if you want to call it that. And it's, now there's a trust. Did you do that? Like, what happened right there? That shouldn't have happened.
2 outs for Jacob Marcy of the Marlins. 2-1 Italy as they bat in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch. That one in the dirt, and actually it hit Marcy, a breaking ball, back footer, and Marcy reaches with 2 outs. While they were having that conversation, Contreras was pushing the buttons on his pitch comm, and I wonder if that was, maybe he forgot what was called. Who knows? That'll happen sometimes, but it appeared to be working. It could be he thought that ball was higher. Who knows?
But he didn't even make an effort to grab it.
His hand went up real late. Very strange.
Very strange. Very, very strange.
2 outs for Vinny Pasquantino. Italy leading 2-1. They've got a man at first. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Pasquantino nubs one foul up along third. That one very nearly stayed fair over the bag. It was fouled by about 4 or 5 feet. And the count 0-1. And Michael Garcia, the third baseman, Pasquantino's regular season teammate, kind of looked at him like, really?
Well, Garcia's basically playing shortstop on the left side of the dirt, and he had to take a couple steps over now to cover the line.
Pasquantino fouls it off his right leg in the count 0-2. Boy, everybody's getting beat up in this inning. Umpire takes one off the mask. Marcy hit by a pitch. Pasquantino hitting it off his instep. And now the Venezuelan fans coming to their feet again on this 2-strike, 2-out count. The pitch down low. 1-2 to Pasquantino. 2-1 Italy. They bat in the bottom of the 5th. Winner goes to the finals tomorrow. They will take on Team USA. The pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Pasquantino has a question on it, but a changeup caught the front door corner, and the inning is over. 2-out hit by pitch, a man left. We head to the 6th. Italy leading Venezuela 2-1. This is Sirius XM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Get ready for the 2026 NFL Draft on Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Touchdown! Fernando Mendoza!
Catch interviews with the top prospects as they begin their journey to the NFL.
And whatever team drafts me, I'm grateful, whether it's the number 1 pick or whether it's, 199th pick.
And this April, hear pick-by-pick coverage of the 2026 Draft from Pittsburgh.
There's a lot to work with, and he's only going to get better.
On Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to Sirius XM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in your shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more. Feel better. Sirius XM Channel 98.
WrestleMania is coming, and SiriusXM Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 is getting you ready
for the Squared Circle's biggest event.
There's nothing bigger than WrestleMania.
Hear in-depth breakdowns of the matches.
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is going to bring the house down.
Join the daily conversation.
The biggest fan favorites are all over this card.
The road to WrestleMania 42 is on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Channel 156, and the SiriusXM app.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
Metallica is taking over the Sphere in Las Vegas for a mind-blowing, one-of-a-kind live experience, and SiriusXM has your chance to be there for opening weekend. One grand prize winner will receive round-trip airfare for 2 to Las Vegas, Nevada, hotel for 4 nights, and 2 tickets to both shows opening weekend on October 1st and October 3rd, 2026. To enter and for official rules, go to SiriusXM.com/MetallicaSphere 2026 by April 14th. No purchase necessary. Must be a U.S. resident and over 21 to enter. Michael Lorenzen continues on the top of the 6th, pitching with a 2-1 lead. Italy trying to continue their Cinderella run to the finals as they lead the heavily favored Venezuelan squad. First pitch to Luis Suarez, misses outside a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, big inning for Venezuela. They have to try to get this game tied or finally take the lead. It's just been, Italy's been able to neutralize every team.
The 1-0. Outside corner, a strike, a delayed call from Rehak, but it caught the edge, 1-1. Suarez, Suarez, Tovar, the scheduled hitters. The 2-1 outside, and the count 2-1. Italy got a run on a bases-loaded walk and an RBI ground out. There are 8 and 9 hitters in the second. Venezuela's only run on an Eugenio Suarez home run in the 5th. The 2-1. A rise to center, moving over a couple steps to his right is the left-handed center fielder Marcy to make the catch, 1 out.
Starting to count outs at this point now. It's clock is not struck midnight. 11 outs remaining for Venezuela. It's going to be tough to get the 11 outs, but you're starting to count them.
There's a Eugenio Suarez. Suarez, a solo home run his last trip off the starter Aaron Nola. First pitch, up and in. A breaking ball that came back above the strike zone. It's 1-0. Nola, despite the fact that the velocity went down in his last 2 innings, gave 4 innings of 1-run ball to Italy. And Suarez lines that one to right. Coming in is Caglione to make the head-high catch. 2 outs. So far, Michael Lorenzen, after a leadoff walk to start the 5th, has set down the next 5. And here's Ezequiel Tovar, who's 0 for 2.
Well, as the outs start to shrink for Venezuela, it actually benefits Italy because you'll start getting wilder and wilder swings. Guys are going to want to try to do something in their, try to make one big swing.
Tovar struck out and grounded out. First pitch. He swings and bounces a foul, third base side, and sends someone on the far end of the third base dugout scattering. It was Allard Baird. That was a pretty nimble move by Allard to leap down the steps.
Yeah, light flashed before his eyes. Of course, they're going to move quick.
Here's the 0-1. Tovar in the air, shallow right, moving towards the line, Caglione. Slowing, he's got it in a very quick, efficient 1-2-3 inning for Michael Lorenzen. Italy is just 9 outs away from the WBC Finals. They lead Venezuela 2-1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
World Baseball Classic listeners, do you want to hear every MLB game, including the hometown announcers?
Shohei Ohtani unloads!
What about every game of the NCAA tournament? Plus, the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're all on SiriusXM.
I can't believe what I just saw.
Just visit SiriusXM.com/WBC26 to start your free trial today.
As a sports fan, I just want the games. But right now, it's like a full-time job just trying to figure out which bundle I need. With the SiriusXM app, they do the bundling for me.
Slam dunk. Luka is putting on a show.
I don't have to go anywhere else to get every NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLB game. When there's a college game on, I just search for the school on the SiriusXM app.
This game is simply amazing.
With the all-access plan and the SiriusXM app, I got the sports world in the palm of my hand. No bundle required.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Otani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
On SiriusXM, hear your hometown announcers calling every MLB game. For a free trial, SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 3 teams. Global matchups, real pride, one tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit WorldBaseballClassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. We are almost down to 2 teams here. Team USA waiting to see who they will play tomorrow night. Will Venezuela or Italy make their first ever WBC Finals appearance? The Italians batting in the bottom of the 6th, leading 2-1. Winder Avila continues in his 3rd inning of work. He'll face Zach DeCenzo, Jack Caglione, Andrew Fisher. Italy's offense has been really quiet, Billy. First pitch to DeCenzo, a strike at the knees. 0-1.
All the offense came in the 2nd inning, and they took advantage of free passes. They haven't had a chance to dig into their espresso machine that's just waiting.
One outside, 1-1. If you have not been following Team Italy through this WBC, they have a couple of celebrations on every home run. Here's the 1-1. That one down low. Avila looked like he lost his footing there. It's 2-1. After a home run, they get a fresh shot of espresso. Then they put on an Armani jacket, and then they get kisses on both cheeks from Vinny Pasquantino. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a liner into left center field. A base hit for DeCenzo. Over to cut it off Abreu. DeCenzo to turn at first, and he'll hang on. The 2nd hit of the night. It's a leadoff single for Italy in the 6th.
Telling you, Team Italy's turned this crowd into a library, and for Italy, you have to find a way to score a run. Manufacture whatever you have to do. Just keep putting more and more pressure on Venezuela. The other thing, Trisha Whitaker, who's covering this tournament, she heard from Vinny Pasquantino today. They've been wearing these suits to the field.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get them dry cleaned. They haven't cleaned them yet.
Well, it'd be bad luck at this point. First pitch a strike to Jack Caglione. It's 0-1. Jeffrey Allen Caglione. Jack. Slugging young Royals outfielder. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. The pitch, he fouls it off to the left and out of play in the count 0-2. I mean, I can't imagine that you would want to get it clean now.
No. And they look so good. I mean, the guys look very dapper, as you should if you're representing Italy.
If you're gamey, you've got game. Is that anything?
No, it sounds like an interesting restaurant.
Avila steps off. And now he'll reset, getting the sign from William Contreras. DeCenzo from first, the 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
They're just not chasing. That's most impressive part about Italy is they are right within the strike zone. They are not chasing. They're not expanding.
They dropped 4 walks tonight. The 1-2, Caglione takes inside. Maybe a little low. They count 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder. 3 consecutive walks back in the second inning led to a run for Italy. That Dante Nori, an RBI ground down after that. Throw over to first and diving back to DeCenzo. It was DeCenzo who started that rally with a one-out single. He's at first to start the sixth. DeCenzo the lead from first. Avila set, he's going. The 2-2, tap foul, third base side. Caglione stays alive.
Constant pressure, even by moving DeCenzo right there. Ezequiel Tovar's having to shuffle his feet. Gleyber Torres has to move. I mean, the defense can't just be stationary where they want to play. They have to move.
The pitch. Caglione hits a little dribbler up along first, barehanded by Avila, throws to first. In time to get Caglione for out number one. On the play, DeCenzo goes to second.
Well, that works as a sacrifice bunt, just with a swinging bunt, because you're able to move DeCenzo to second base. DeCenzo runs pretty well for a big guy.
And Omar Lopez is going to come and make a pitching change. Angel Zerpa, the former Royal, current Brewer, has been getting loose in the bullpen for Venezuela. And Lopez will take the ball from Avila. One out, man at second. Italy batting. They lead Venezuela 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth inning. You're listening to semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Fuel your fandom when you listen to live sports on the SiriusXM app.
Victor for three, wee-wee! Victor Wembanyama!
Hear the games you just can't miss.
That was one of the craziest games I've seen.
And get closer to the teams you love wherever you are.
What a great, great game. What a great, great comeback.
Live sports. Live on the SiriusXM app.
You gotta love sports.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On SiriusXM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. SiriusXM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. Catch up anytime using the SiriusXM app.
The World Baseball Classic Final is on SiriusXM.
It all comes down to this.
Baseball's greatest players showcasing their talent.
Judges throw! He got him!
And emerging stars grabbing the spotlight.
Roman Anthony gives Team USA a 2-1 lead.
Hear the exclusive radio broadcast of the WBC Final tomorrow at 8 Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
Wow, what a ball game!
What a game!
2-1 Italy as they bat in the bottom of the sixth. One out, man at second. The new pitcher for Team Venezuela from the Milwaukee Brewers, it's Angel Zerpa, who is part of a big five-player trade this winter with Kansas City and Milwaukee. His fifth appearance in this WBC. This is a guy Milwaukee really wanted. He's shown good stuff as a reliever in Kansas City.
Oh, wait till you see the velocity that comes with it. It's a bit of a sinking fastball.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting Andrew Fisher is a fastball that clips the outside edge. It's 0-1.
Yeah, it's a 96 to 100 mile an hour sinking fastball.
Zerpa hands near his ears as he waits for the pitch count sign. DeCenzo from second, and a breaking ball misses down low. It's 1-1. Italy leads 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. They have been undefeated in this tournament. They are trying to get to the finals for a second game against the U.S. The 1-1. Fisher way out in front on a slider in the count 1-2.
Fisher's never faced Zerpa, so for Venezuela, you just have to make sure you throw strikes.
The young Brewer third base prospect has been on base twice with a walk and a single tonight. Just 21 years old. The left-handed hitter waits. And the 1-2. Up and in, and knocks him to the deck. A fastball at 97, and Fisher spun out of the way and went down onto his face and then said, wow, as he stepped out of the box.
Yeah, most guys don't like this. I have a feeling Fisher loves it.
I mean, took the helmet off and just said, wow, and dug back in. 2-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 right down the middle, and he swung through it. 2 outs. It's unfair to say one right down the middle, Spilly. That ball moved the width of the plate. It started probably 8 or 9 inches off the plate inside and ran back over.
And that's why if you see this arm, I was always shocked when you start seeing like certain relievers getting traded just because they're so rare, especially left hand with velocity.
J.J. D'Orazio, who walked to the bases loaded for Italy's first run, has issued an intentional pass here to get to the lefty Dante Nori. Nori had great numbers against left-handed pitching in the minors. In fact, he hit 70 points higher against lefties than he did righties. A big spot here with 2 outs and Italy clinging to a 2-1 lead. DeCenzo from second, D'Orazio from first. First pitch fouled back and a high fastball. It's 0-1.
Well, Nori, as a 9-hole hitter, has been Team Italy's best hitter. Came into tonight hitting .438 during the tournament.
0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. That's the difference in this 2-1 game in the 6th. The pitch. Nori takes outside, 1-1. Dante Nori, former first rounder of the Phillies out of high school in Michigan, son of an NBA assistant coach, grandson of a longtime college coach, Waits. The 1-1. Nori takes a strike, outside corner. Another sinker that ran back to the corner. It's 1-2. That one moved 20 inches.
It's crazy. And Venezuela's getting crazy as well. Their fans, everybody on their feet.
DeCenzo from second. D'Orazio from first. The 1-2. Nori chops it over the mound. Going to be a tough play. Charging as Torres. He'll eat it. It's an infield single for Dante Nori. And now the bases are loaded for Sam Antonacci. Nori runs too well, and that was a really smart play by Torres, Billy, because he didn't even look at first. He looked at the runner at third.
Well, Nori's too quick, and for Torres, it's just nothing to do. It's a high chopper over the mound. The only person that can possibly make the play is the pitcher, but he would have had to go straight down the slope, make a over-the-shoulder basket catch, and then spin around. That's just not likely.
Sam Antonacci 0 for 3. The left-handed hitter takes down low, 1-0. Former junior college player of the year, Springfield, Illinois native. An on-base machine ahead in the count. The 1-0. He takes a strike at 97 in the count, 1-1. There is a massive hole in the left side. Garcia is playing to try and keep DeCenzo. Close. And the shortstop Tovar towards the middle. The 1-1. Antonacci slaps it foul off the third base dugout. It's 1-2. And now again the Venezuelan fans will come to their feet. Italy 2, Venezuela 1, last of the 6th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Zerba holds the glove to his ear to hear the sign from Contreras. He's set. Rocks in the 1-2. Called strike 3. Inning over. Zerba leaves them loaded. To the 7th we go. Italy leads Venezuela 2-1. This is Sirius XM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Did you know you can get home and away feeds for every MLB, NHL, and NBA game on your phone?
3 for the win. He got it!
Every game, all season. It's all on the Sirius XM app.
It's out of here!
Sports, the way they're meant to be heard. With your hometown announcers just a tap away.
It is gone! An incredible finish!
Search for your team and tap the plus sign to add it to your library. Every game, all season. Get closer to your team with the Sirius XM app.
He shoots, he scores!
This is
Radio Andy.
Let's go. If you're not listening to Radio Andy, what are you even doing?
It's non-stop celebrity, pop culture rants, wild stories, and Andy Cohen being the icon he was born to be.
No filters, no chill. Just straight up fun.
We're talking laughs, shade, and those moments that make you text your group chat immediately.
Catch Radio Andy anytime on the SiriusXM app and hit that follow at Radio Andy Insta for even more chaos.
Trust us, you don't want to miss a beat.
He wins it! It's tournament time, and your place for instant reaction is on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Got it! Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Thursday and Friday, I'll be joined by college hoops great former Duke star Mike Cheminsky for exclusive analysis of the first round. We will break down all the coaching decisions and give you live look-ins on key possessions as Mike and I keep you locked in on all the games. It's Mad Dog Unleashed this Thursday and Friday, 3 to 7 Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, anytime on the SiriusXM app.
This is Jim Duquette. We'll break down the key plays from this game and bring you the latest headlines from around the World Baseball Classic every morning on Power Alley, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network Radio.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Incorporated and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. We head to the top of the seventh inning. Italy clinging to a 2-1 lead over Venezuela. The winner of this game will move on to the finals of the WBC against Team USA tomorrow night. Neither of these teams has ever played in the WBC final. This is the furthest Italy has ever gone. Venezuela was in the semifinals in 2009. Michael Lorenzen continues. His first pitch to the right-handed hitting Gleyber Torres is a ball upstairs, and the count 1-0. It'll be Gleyber Torres, Wilyer Abreu, William Contreras, 6, 7, and 8 in this loaded Venezuela lineup. And Lorenzen and Aaron Nola have done a really good job of shutting them down. Breaking ball down low, the count 2-0 to Torres.
Big reason why Nola and Lorenzen have had success against Venezuela. They're not throwing the fastballs in fastball counts.
The 2-0. Breaking ball swung on and missed, 2-0. And the count 2-1.
They're going to force Venezuela to string 2 or 3 at-bats together to score.
Lorenzen rocks and delivers. Breaking ball down low. Count 3-1. Well, your points, Billy. Curveball, curveball. Sweeper, sweeper is what we've seen from Lorenzen against Torres here. As Torres uses his timeout ahead in the count 3-1. Lorenzen a deep breath, winds and delivers. Called strike, bottom of the zone. He went to a fastball finally, and the count is full.
Yeah, you almost wonder if Gleyber was sitting off speed there. Then you get the 3-1 fastball.
2-1 Italy, Venezuela batting top 7. Breaking ball misses inside, ball 4, and the leadoff man aboard in the 7th for Venezuela. Second walk issued by Lorenzen. And here comes Wilyer Abreu. Abreu, the go-ahead home run against Japan in the quarterfinal game.
Well, they're going to pitch run for Gleyber Torres with Andres Jimenez.
Jimenez last year, a dozen stolen bases, excellent defender, Toronto Blue Jays infielder. They came in for defense at the end of the game against Japan. The Gold Glove Award winner and former All-Star gets the lead. First pitch to Abreu, a strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Now, Spilly, this is interesting. I was talking to Jeff Passan from ESPN today, and he had some information on Abreu that he has been working to flatten his swing at the top of the zone. He had a high fastball out against Japan. Let's see if Italy still works him there. A throw over to first and nearly threw it away. Pasquantino, a good job to prevent it from going into the dugout.
Well, I caught wind of Wilyer Abreu a couple years ago when I heard his favorite player was Carlos Gonzalez. Former Rocky from Venezuela, modeled his game after him.
Terrific defender. He has power. He's always torched righties. Runner bluffs going. The 0-1. A high strike above the zone. Abreu asking about it. And the count 0-2, and he's still chirping. And he'll use his timeout here. Abreu committed to try and be an everyday player. He's always struggled with lefties, but against righties, he has done a ton of damage and has a lot of power. He could turn this game around with one swing. The 0-2, he fouls it off to the left and out of play.
Well, he said about the home run he hit against Japan, it goes down as one of his core favorite baseball memories, and I don't blame him.
0-2 the count. Jimenez from first, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a changeup, 1 out in the 7th. And now Italy 8 outs away from the finals. And here's William Contreras.
They just really are. Italy's not giving in to Venezuela at all. They're spinning, everything's soft. If they do see a fastball, part of the reason why maybe we didn't see a 71% fastball rate with Nola is they're trying to get you to chase.
Here's William Contreras, swing and a miss. It was a curveball that was up that he swung through. It's 0-1. Contreras has walked twice tonight.
And this is where that last swing, Mike, if you saw it from Contreras, I mean, he was trying to hit it 700 feet.
Jimenez the lead at first, not running. The pitch inside, a breaking ball that backed up too much. And the count 1-1.
Whenever a pitching staff is spinning you or throwing everything soft, you have to be focused in the off gap. You can't look to pull the baseball.
The pitch, foul back. Challenge him with a high fastball. It's 1-2, and Contreras trying to tell himself to settle down. Lorenzen has actually thrown about 50% fastballs. That's different from Nola, who threw a little less than that, it appears. Actually, maybe a little bit more. It's more like 53, but I think your point stands that they are really mixing and matching and pitching backwards a lot. Throw over to first and the runner's back. I mean, when we start talking about 52, 53% fastball rates, those are pretty low, even for these guys. Nola, 60% four-seamers, 45% four-seamers against lefties, swing and a miss. And Contreras down on strikes, 2 outs. I'll stop trying to read my stat sheet, Billy, while we have action here.
You got 5 punch-outs now. Italy against this Venezuela lineup. That's, I mean, with all the names in it, Italy's just, they're pitching. They've done everything right tonight. Still clinging to a 1-run lead.
2 outs for Jackson Churio. Throw over to first, and Jimenez dives back. Italy leads 2-1. Venezuela batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. Just 7 outs remaining for the Venezuelans if they're going to reach the finals to take on the U.S. Lorenzen set. The first pitch, runner goes, grounded back through the middle. It's a base hit. Jimenez around second. He'll go to third. A single for Churio as the throw comes back into second. And now Venezuela has the tying run at third with 2 outs and the go-ahead run at first. And here comes the former MVP, Ronald Acuna Jr.
It was a fastball, but you didn't see Churio overswing. Shoots it right back up the middle. If Venezuela is going to punch a run right here against Lorenzen, hopefully they watch what Churio did. Have to be under control.
Alessandro Maestri, the pitching coach for Italy, heading to the mound to join this conversation that Vinny Pasquantino started, their first baseman. Tying run at third, and Maestri's just listening as Lorenzen talks through his plan with Pasquantino and Durazio. Remember, the catcher, Durazio, has not played above Double-A, and it really feels like Pasquantino has been studying to help him make sure that they have the right game plan. He has called a lot of mound conferences here in this tournament.
He's taking control. He's been the captain of this team like he should be. Here we go.
2-1 Italy. Top of the 7th. Andres Jimenez, the tying run at third. Jackson Chourio with great speed. The go-ahead run at first. Michael Lorenzen against Ronald Acuna Jr. Lorenzen set. The first pitch. On the ground to short. Sliding backhand at stop Antonacci. From the outfield grass. Throw to first. Not in time. Infield single. Acuna almost ran all the way to the right field corner as he has tied the game with an infield base hit in the 7th.
Just like that, all Venezuela is out of the dugout. They're waving their arms. Antonacci at shortstop. He couldn't get the throw to second base the short way. There's just no way, the way his body was moving. He fell completely over. He couldn't get enough on the throw either.
It was a really tough play, even if he had made a strong throw with Acuna's speed. He probably doesn't get him, and now the go-ahead run in scoring position. And the first pitch upstairs to Michael Garcia, 1-0. Omar Lopez, the manager for Venezuela, said this is a guy that seems to get calmer in the biggest spots in Garcia.
I totally agree.
The set, the 1-0. Upstairs, it's 2-0. Michael Lorenzen wants a new ball. Wilson Contreras in the dugout, now leaning on his brother William, was waving his arms trying to get the Venezuelan crowd even louder. 2-0. Chourio dancing off second. Acuna from first. 2-2 game. A spin move by Lorenzen, and Chourio was just a couple steps off the bag.
Lorenzen and Garcia, they were teammates at Kansas City as well.
Lorenzen set the 2-0. Swinging a liner. Left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Chourio around third. He's coming home. The throw to third. Acuna's safe. Venezuela has the lead. It's 3-2. Michael Garcia pounds his chest at first base. Points to his wrist and says it's his time to the Venezuelan fans. 3-2 Venezuela.
This is the guy I was most worried about just because he's so calm. He has great awareness when it comes to these moments. Wow.
And now Luis Suarez with a chance for a knockout blow. A 2-out rally. Venezuela the lead. Acuna at third. The first pitch outside, ball one. Garcia the runner at first, getting instruction from Gerardo Parra, his first base coach. Suarez tonight 0 for 3. The three-time batting champion waits. The pitch. Outside, just off the plate, 2-0.
Well, one thing about Suarez, why I love seeing him lower in the lineup, the bat-to-ball skills with 2 outs, so dangerous.
2-0. Suarez takes low, it's 3-0. There's action in the Italian pen. Kyle Nicholas is getting loose. 3-0 the count. The pitch. High strike just above the zone. It's 3-1 to Suarez. Venezuela has taken the lead in the 7th. They lead 3-2. Acuna dancing down the line at third, trying to distract Lorenzen, and Fisher telling Lorenzen to keep an eye on him, and the veteran's just not going to fall for it. The pitch. Swinging a tapper foul, third base dugout, and the count is full. And now with that, Garcia will be on the move from first with 2 outs.
Yeah, and a walk right here is not the worst thing to happen for Team Italy, just because Gino Suarez is prone to the punch out, and Suarez is not. I mean, Suarez will put a ball in play right here. So if you're a defender on the infield, you know I don't have a short throw. I have to go to first.
3-2 Venezuela. The runner will be on the move with 2 outs from first. Acuna way down the line. Runner goes. The pitch. A rise up the alley. Left center field. He'll get down for a base hit. Acuna scores. Garcia the third. It's 4-2 Venezuela. Listen to this crowd. Francisco Cervelli is on his way out of the dugout, and he's going to make a pitching change. Venezuela has turned this game on its head. 3 in the 7th to take the lead, and still batting. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Italy in a moment. It's 4-2 Venezuela with runners in the corners and 2 outs in the 7th. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is an MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM Spring Training Tour Spotlight.
MLB Network Radio is getting you ready for opening day on SiriusXM. Hear interviews from all 30 spring training camps on the SiriusXM app, including our visit with the back-to-back champion LA Dodgers and their manager, Dave Roberts.
I do think that, chasing 2 is similar to 3 in the sense of it's what you've done the prior year. So I think the thing is trying to remember what got you there and how you prepared, the focus, the hunger, the desire to be great, and separate, this year from last year or 2024.
The top off-season free agent Kyle Tucker is fitting right in with his new squad.
There's a side to it that, this is our job and you got to go out there and be the best, player and person that you can be. And, at the same time, you want to have fun with it. I mean, this group of guys, seems to have a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, knows what it takes to get the job done and what they need to do to get there.
And Mookie Betts knows what this Dodger team needs to be remembered for.
When I'm 50, I'm not going to remember what season or the 0 for 12, but I will remember the rings that, that we win. And so really just shifting my focus to that. It's really easy to kind of put a plan together for this offseason and then going into spring because I know exactly what works and what I need to take care of.
Here are full spring training tour specials for all 30 teams on the SiriusXM app. Just search Spring Training. Now back to the World Baseball Classic.
Kyle Nicholas of the Reds is in for Italy. Traded to Cincinnati from Pittsburgh just 12 days ago. He's trying to keep this a 4-2 deficit in the top of the 7th. Venezuela has runners at the corners. Michael Garcia at third. Luis Suarez at first, and Eugenio Suarez, the slugging DH at the plate. He's already homered tonight. First pitch. And he swings and launches one to right center field, racing over. Jacob Marcy calling for it. He's got it, and the inning is over. But Venezuela scores 3 times to take the lead. It's time to stretch in Miami. Venezuela, 9 outs away from the finals. You're listening to the semis of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
When your favorite sports shows are talking football or basketball, it's always baseball season on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
It is gone!
With a lineup full of experts, it's a daily insider's perspective from former players and executives. The national pastime all the time. MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM. Don't miss out on a free 3-month trial to SiriusXM. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Nobody brings you closer to our national pastime than MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That's what's amazing about baseball.
It's a daily insider's perspective featuring former players, managers, and executives, and on-site coverage of the biggest moments.
And the World Series win for LA!
This is the place for live baseball talk. MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and the SiriusXM app.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On SiriusXM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. SiriusXM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. catch up anytime using the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans unite on SiriusXM with live games and live sports talk. Never miss a moment. Try it today at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
SiriusXM Sports takes you on the field and inside the clubhouse for the biggest moments of the game, from the NFL Scouting Combine to the Super Bowl, from spring training to the World Series and everywhere in between. Our sports channels give you access you can't get anywhere else. Your all-access pass to live sports is SiriusXM. Edward Bizzardo of the Seattle Mariners is on, and now the game is flipped. Venezuela with a 4-2 lead over Italy after a 3-run seventh, and they are the ones 9 outs away from the finals.
So you got to get through this inning. This is 2-3-4 for Italy. You want a clean shutdown inning. Now, Italy doesn't have the fan base that Venezuela does, so it's going to be hard to get the environment to feel like what it was for Italy's pitching. This place turned into an electric factory.
Andres Jimenez stays in the game to play second base for Venezuela. John Birdie leads off for Italy, 1 for 3. The first pitch, a breaking ball down low, it's 1-0. Bizzardo put together the best season of his brief big league career this year. He was one of the most dependable relievers for Dan Wilson and Mariners all up until their final game. A strike at the knees, it's 1-1. When he gave up the 3-run home run to George Springer that won the pennant for the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 7 of the ALCS. The 1-1. Broken bat roller past the mound. Right there is Jimenez, and the Platinum Glover throws the first. The leadoff man gone in the Italian 7th.
I mean, going back to the top of the 7th, Mike, it was a leadoff walk. Italy had 2 outs. And then you got Churio take a great quality at bat. Then you got a string of Acuna, Garcia, Arise, all with singles. It wasn't the big homer.
Here's Jacob Marcy. The Venezuelan pen has done a tremendous job today. First pitch to Marcy, a strike just off the outside corner. It's 0-1. It's a very good defense on the field right now for Venezuela, too. Abreu in left, a Gold Glover. Churio in center, Acuna in right. The 0-1. Marcy tried to check his swing. He went around on appeal to third. Says Cootie Suarez. It's 0-2. Garcia at third, a Gold Glover. Tovar at short, a Gold Glover. The second baseman, Jimenez, a Gold Glover. Rise at first, Contreras behind the plate. The 0-2. Breaking ball down low. The count 1-2 to Jacob Marcy. Venezuela played at 3. The leadoff walk came back to burn Michael Lorenzen as Marcy goes down on strikes. Chasing one below the zone. Breaking ball that time, 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, a really good looking sweeper. Out of the hand, you're kind of geared up for the fastball. Wow, a lot of late drop.
Here's Vinny Pasquantino, 4-2 Venezuela, last of the 7th. Pasquantino hitless today. First pitch. Vinny takes a strike, it's 0-1. Pasquantino had the first ever 3-homer game in the WBC against Brazil, and he pops it up on the infield. Just into the outfield turf, it's Tovar on the right side of second and makes the catch. And Bizzardo works a tidy 1-2-3-7. We head to the 8th. Venezuela leads Italy 4-2. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
That is what happened. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. Nobody breaks down the nightly drama of the NBA quite like Stephen A.
See, it's the theater. It ain't just a game. It's the theater of the game. You got to live for that.
The Stephen A. Smith Show on SiriusXM.
Oh, it's going to be special. It's going to be special.
Weekdays at 1 and 6 Eastern.
A show so nice, you get it twice.
On Mad Dog Sports Radio. Channel 82 in the car and the SiriusXM app.
You're live with Stephen A.
This show is phenomenal.
Howard Stern.
You a Stern fan, Micah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listen every day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Howard Stern.
Legendary radio host Howard Stern.
It is the best thing that people can buy is Sirius to hear your show.
The best interviewer out there.
He gets to the point.
Hands down.
We're both very excited about this. Howard Stern won at life.
Just a handsome guy. Universally, everyone agrees.
Only on Sirius XM. Now available to most subscribers.
Every night in the NBA, the games become more important, and when you want a spirited debate that meets the moment, you need SiriusXM NBA Radio's NBA Today.
Maybe he can win the MVP. That's a question. What's not a question is him winning Defensive Player of the Year. That's easy.
Weekdays at 4 Eastern, Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson give you insight with energy and analysis with an edge.
Let those guys in the front office run the damn team, dude.
The destination for the association, SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Jim Bowden from the award-winning show, The Front Office. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Jim Duquette and I break down baseball from a GM's perspective on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
The race for the playoffs is heating up in the NBA. Don't miss a moment of all the action. Listen to every game on SiriusXM and hear your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Top of the 8th inning, Venezuela now with a 4-2 lead over Italy. 3 2-out base hits, knocking in runs for the Venezuelans in the top of the 7th. And they are 6 defensive outs away from their first ever WBC final. Kyle Nicholas will continue for Italy as he faces Ezequiel Tovar, Gleyber Torres, and Wilyer Abreu. Right-handed hitting Tovar is 0 for 3 today. The Rocky shortstop waits the first pitch. That one upstairs, 1-0. The winner gets the U.S. tomorrow night. Team USA a 2-1 win over the Dominican squad yesterday. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Nolan McLean is expected to start for the U.S. A lefty getting loose in the Italian pen. That's Joe Jakes. Was just added to the roster for the semifinal round. The set. The 1-1. Upstairs. It's 2-1 to Tovar.
If you're Italy, you have to keep the score exactly where it's at. You can't let him add another marker.
Italy has been very quiet offensively since the 2nd inning. The pitch down low. And the count 2-2. The unsung hero to this point for Venezuela has been their bullpen ability. They have recorded all but 4 outs tonight, and they have not allowed a run. They've given up just 3 hits.
Well, they were 6 1/3.
The pitch, Tovar skies one to shallow right. Coming in is Caglione. He will make the catch. About 70 feet from the infield dirt for out number 1.
So if you add the game against Japan, where they went 6 1/3 with a bunch of bagels, I mean, you're right. Like Venezuela, if they make it to the finals, it's behind the bullpen.
1 out for Andres Jimenez, who entered as a pinch runner for Gleyber Torres. In the last inning, he takes a fastball low. It's 1-0. Then his first plate appearance, it was Torres who walked to lead off the 7th inning. The Michael Lorenzen struck out the next 2 hitters before the tying rally. Jimenez hits one high and deep and foul on the right field line. It's 1-1.
Not sure if you see that Jose Altuve is in attendance wearing his Venezuela jersey.
Is he really?
Sitting in the front row.
Altuve played for Venezuela in the last WBC, the 1-1. Tapper foul into the first base dugout off the hands of Robinson Chirinos, the bench coach.
And when when Venezuela spotted Altuve finally, because they showed him up on the scoreboard, all their players tried to get him to come into the dugout.
Nicholas set, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Gets Jimenez on strikes, 2 outs. Nicholas has retired all 3 that he's faced. 2 outs for Wilyer Abreu. 4-2 Venezuela as they bat in the top of the 8th. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th for Italy. Zach DeCenzo, Jack Caglione, Andrew Fisher, the scheduled hitters. Abreu 0 for 3. First pitch to the left-handed hitter. He takes a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Abreu 5 for 20 with that massive home run to help win the game against Japan. The pitch, swing and a miss. He's trying to do a little too much here as he chased a breaking ball well below the zone. It's 0-2.
Maybe, but also that slider from Nicholas is pretty disgusting.
Reds just got him in a trade from Pittsburgh for Tyler Callahan. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And another nasty off-speed pitch at 92. And a 1-2-3 inning for Italy. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Venezuela leads Italy 4-2. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM has dedicated channels to your favorite sport. Don't miss any of the daily baseball conversation on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That was a win for everybody who loves baseball. The energy, the excitement.
Or deep dives into the NFL, NBA, NHL, and college sports. You'll hear legends like Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Stephen A. Smith on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Get your SiriusXM free trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Build a championship fantasy baseball team with the expert advice of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Focus on players that impact as many categories as possible.
Hear winning strategies and player projections from former Major League General Managers Jim Bowden and Steve Phillips.
I'm definitely going to take a position player with my first 2 picks.
Don't be left with the bat on your shoulders. Swing for the fences. And dominate your fantasy baseball draft with Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Ohtani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
With SiriusXM, hear your hometown announcers call every MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL game. Subscribe at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Former general manager Jim Duquette and the Fair Bear Mike Farron bring you in-depth interviews, hard-hitting analysis, and dated pop culture references weekdays at 10 o'clock Eastern on Power Alley, MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM, Channel 89.
It's 4-2 Venezuela as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Italy down to their final 6 outs after a 3-run, 2-out rally for the Venezuelans at the top of the 7th. And the new pitcher for Venezuela is former big leaguer Andres Machado, who the last 2 years with Oryx in the NPB has been just dominant. An ERA a shade over 2 and a strikeout rate over 28%. He will face Zach DeCenzo. The 32-year-old righty's first pitch hit on the ground to third. Michael Garcia has it. Throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Italian 8th. And they are running out of time. They have just 5 outs remaining if they're going to mount a comeback and keep this Cinderella story going. Here's Jack Caglione.
Well, and against this Venezuela bullpen, it feels like a very unlikely scenario. I mean, they're going to need a walk. They're going to need a bloop and a blast.
Caglione walked and scored in the 2nd. A strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
Now the clock is getting closer and closer to midnight for Italy.
Here's the set. And the 0-1. A strike on the outside corner. And the count 0-2. Well located changeup at 92 miles an hour. Machado set. The 0-2 pitch. Caglione taps it foul to stay alive.
I know some people are probably thinking it was like, well, you know, this guy's not in the big leagues. Well, certain players, when you go overseas and you establish yourself as a plus side reliever, they make more money.
Here's the set and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A changeup at 93 and Caglione out in front, 2 outs.
Pretty sure he learned that pitch in Japan. I mean, he's getting that split finger movement straight down. How do you have a changeup at 93?
2 outs for Andrew Fisher. We've seen a few of those. I mean, if it's a splitter, that's like Paul Skeens-esque. Andres Machado is the Paul Skeens of the Venezuela bullpen. Fisher takes a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
That's a changeup again at 93. I mean, it looks like a fastball up here, but when you start seeing the metrics on how much it's moving.
0-1 the count to Fisher. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Fastball at 99.
4-2 Venezuela. 2 outs. Last of the 8th. And the roars getting louder from the Venezuelan fans wearing the blue and the yellow and the vino tinto. Fisher digs back in, 0-2 the count. Machado set, the pitch. Off the plate, a fastball at 99, 1-2. Fisher trying to keep the inning alive. J.J. Durazio on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Machado strikes a pose, staring at his infielders, and now incites the crowd with his arms. We've played 8. Venezuela 4. Italy 2. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Hear the Masters exclusively on SiriusXM Channel 92.
It's a Grand Slam roar at Augusta National.
Hear every incredible shot.
On his way to the hole, and he's got it. A fist bump from McIlroy. He's taking the lead in the Masters.
And all the dramatic moments as the best golfers in the world try to win the coveted green jacket.
Oh, and it goes in the hole. Scotty Scheffler, eagle.
Tune into Masters Radio this April on Channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
It comes around every year. People begin to scramble for information. It's a beast like no other. And VSiN is here to help you navigate the waters of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. It's Sharp Week, and our team of college hoops experts will guide you through your brackets. Want to know who the wagering sharps are picking? Tune in to Sharp Week on VSiN, SiriusXM 158. Sharps! You're going to need a bigger bet.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
Baseball fans, every MLB game is on SiriusXM all season long, and your hometown announcers can be heard on your favorite team's channel on the SiriusXM app. One subscription gets you all the games. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Ron Marinaccio of the Padres is on for Italy, trying to keep this a 4-2 deficit. They'll face 8-9-1 in the Venezuelan order. William Contreras, Jackson Chourio, Ronald Acuna Jr. Contreras has walked twice and struck out. Venezuela with a 3 spot in the 7th to take the lead. 3 2-out singles. Marinaccio's first pitch, the righty has it cut on a miss, but the right-handed hitting Contreras. It's 0-1.
Well, Italy has thrown nothing but big leaguers at Venezuela, and they've put themselves in a position to tie, if not win this game at some point.
Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. The breaking ball, it's 0-2. Ryan Spielborg's Mike Farron with you from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Italy had a bases loaded walk and RBI ground out in the second to take the lead. Venezuela cut it to 2-1 in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Contreras down on strikes, 1 out. Eugenio Suarez, a solo homer in the fourth. And then 3 straight 2-out singles. In the 7th inning from Ronald Acuna Jr., Michael Garcia, and Luis Suarez to give Venezuela this 4-2 lead. Churio was in the middle of that rally. He had a 2-out base hit to put a couple men on as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. So I guess it was technically 4 straight 2-out singles. It's just that 3 of them knocked in runs. 4-2 Venezuela leads as they bat. Swing and a miss. Churio chases one, and it's 0-2. Venezuelan players getting excited here. They are 3 outs away from the finals. They get a chance for a rematch of last year's quarterfinal game against the U.S., where they rallied from a big deficit to take the lead only to lose on Trey Turner's grand slam. The 0-2 grounded to short. There's Antonacci. He throws on the run to first in time to get Churio. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th. And to the top of the order for Ronald Acuna Jr. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, J.J. DeRazio, Dante Nori, and Sam Antonacci are the scheduled hitters for Italy. DeRazio's never played above Double-A. Nori's never played above Double-A. Antonacci's never played above Double-A. They do have Brian Rocchio and Dominic Canzone on the bench. First pitch fouled back by Acuna. It's 0-1. And Mickey Gaspar as well. So a couple of guys, and the righty Thomas Saggese as well, who have big league time. We'll see what Francisco Cervelli does. Acuna tied the game with an infield base hit in the 7th, and he swings and lines one to left. Moving in the alley in left center is Nori. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Venezuela leads Italy 4-2. Daniel Palencia of the Cubs is coming on to try and send Venezuela to the finals. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I host a show on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio called Fan Service. It's a show that is as much yours as it is mine. It's all about conversation. I'll throw out some things that are on my mind, but it's really a space where you can ask about anything going on in the world of sports and pop culture.
Thank you for having a refreshing way of approaching sports media.
Fan Service with me, Katie Nolan. Weekdays at noon Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97. Your home for great American comedy.
Live in the moment with every MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA game live on SiriusXM. For a free 3-month trial, go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Venezuela 3 outs away from the WBC Finals against Team USA. 8-9-1 doing their order against the Chicago Cubs. Flame-throwing right-hander Daniel Palencia, the closer from Venezuela.
This inning should be very interesting for Italy because Palencia, as hard as he throws, fastball right around 99 miles an hour, he can get banged up from lefties. And we know they're going to start with the pinch hitter, but you also have Dominic Canzone, who can pinch hit. in the second spot for John Birdie. So Palencia is going to go against his kryptonite against all lefties this inning to get Venezuela to the finals.
Brian Rocchio, who has just entered the roster in place of the injured Miles Mastroboni. The Cleveland Guardians infielder, switch hitter batting left-handed, will pinch hit for J.J. DeRazio. 4-2 Venezuela. They're 3 outs from the final. Swing and a miss. He chases a high fastball at 100. It's 0-1.
Well, I don't mind a chase from a pinch hitter early in the count, just because he hasn't had at-bats for us here during this tournament. We know he's been hitting during spring training, but you want to get your body into the game as soon as possible.
Palencia bent over at the waist, comes set. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Another high fastball that Rocchio swung through. It's 0-2. Rocchio went to the minor leagues early last season and came back a much better offensive player. Still below average, but closer to break even. The 0-2, fouls it back. Another high fastball. That one he was able to get a piece on.
That pitch at 101. 101 miles an hour, 20 inches of vertical break, which is about 4 inches higher than the league average. So that means it's carrying through the strike zone.
0-2. The pitch to Rocchio. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow left. Coming in a couple of steps is Abreu. He's got it, 1 out. Venezuela 2 outs away from the finals.
About 90 seconds from midnight for the Cinderella team.
Will they keep the crown or will they turn into a pumpkin? Here's Dante Nori. (4-2) Venezuela, bottom 9. Nori 1 for 3, a single and an RBI ground out. He swings and misses way out in front. On an off-speed pitch, it's 0-1. Nori standing upright at the plate waiting. Palencia's pitch. Swinging a foul back. It's 0-2. Italy needs to get a base runner on to get the tying run to the plate. They led from the second inning to 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And this Venezuelan crowd getting into it with every pitch as they get closer and closer to the finals. The 0-2. Swinging a pop-up foul, backing out of play, and Nori stays alive. But Palencia just brings it.
I mean, you know, as a hitter, when you have a pitcher that's just trying to shove a fastball down your throat.
0-2, the pitch, down low. Breaking ball that time, the count 1-2. I mean, you have to be ready. That fastball's 99 to 100. The slider is 89 to 91.
Yeah, the best way to hit a guy like that is try to take a big, deep breath, but not try to overswing.
Nori's a good contact man as he waits. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball, 2 outs. And now Venezuela is 1 out away from their first ever WBC final. A date with the Americans awaits if they can get through Sam Antonacci. 0 for 4 tonight. The left-handed hitting White Sox prospect with an extremely patient approach. The first pitch, swinging a line drive, slicing foul down the left field line and out of play. It's 0-1.
Well, if Antonacci can get on, the move we've been waiting to see is Francisco Cervelli's going to play Dominic Canzone. Canzone has big-time power and he's left-handed.
But Antonacci needs to reach to get Canzone the chance. The 0-1. In the dirt, bounced in front of the plate, the count 1-1. 4-2 Venezuela, 2 outs, last of the 9th. They've already knocked out Japan. They have a chance to end Cinderella's run and set a date with Team USA tomorrow. The set, and time is called, time is called, time is called. Jeremy Rehak bouncing out from behind home plate as Antonacci is going to use his timeout. William Contreras steps out in front of the plate to make sure everybody is aligned properly. Third baseman Garcia playing back, now holding hands to his ears to hear the pitch count signal. The set. A long hold. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, bounced way in front of the plate in the count, 2-1 to Antonacci.
Well, you can tell the excitement for the fans because when the cell phones pop out and people start recording because they're waiting to see the reaction. Contreras is trying to settle down Palencia.
Contreras trots back behind the plate, 2-1 the count to Antonacci. An on-base percentage well over 400 in the minor leagues last year for the left-handed hitter. Trying to get Canzone a chance to tie it. The 2-1. Outside, it's 3-1. The drums are getting louder and louder. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Antonacci swings and misses. And the count is full. 2 outs, nobody on, last of the ninth. Venezuela 4, Italy 2.
Here we go, can Sam get on?
The set, the payoff, swing and a miss! For the first time ever, Venezuela's in the WBC Finals. Contreras, a giant hug for Palencia. Gleyber Torres out of the dugout. And Venezuela is heading to the finals to take on Team USA. The final tonight, they beat Italy in comeback fashion, 4-2. A very happy coaching staff as they all have bear hugs for the popular Omar Lopez, their manager, and players draped in the Venezuelan flag as they go through the handshake line in the middle of the field. Venezuela's going to bring it tomorrow night, Billy.
No kidding. The Vino Tito's here, and this tournament, unbelievable. It means so much to so many people watching Francisco Cervelli. Venezuela board trying to get Italy over the hump, get it to surprise everybody to the finals. And they fall short. But Venezuela, with their players, with the bongos and the drums and the dancing, they have a chance. There's no question this Venezuela team can win this tournament tomorrow night.